Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain. Go ahead and right here, right now.
Subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
What's up, everybody? We in the building, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. Woo, it's a great one, man. It's Monday off in here, August 3rd. And we got a lot to talk about and a little bit of time to do it. Go ahead and hit the like, share, subscribe button as well as notification bell as you enter on in. We are also simulcast or dual casting to several channels now. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Kick. So make sure you go subscribe to those channels as well. Hit the like button, guys. Let's make it happen. And ladies, don't forget. Also for my folks out there, we got our fantasy league popping up here. There's one spot left. There's literally one spot left in the doggone, I couldn't think. In the $100 league, my bad, I'm sorry. There's one spot left in the $100 league, and I think it's 3 in the 50. The 25 is wide open. Now, what I will say, if we have more people, we can definitely get 2 $100 leagues or 3 or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I don't want to let you know that there's one spot left. The draft will be on August 20th, so that's 17 days away. Still got plenty of time to get it on. So make sure you do that. I'm going to put a link in the chat as well, and I'm going to pin it. Oh, shoot, I opened up the wrong thing. And I'm going to pin it to the top up here for folks. Let me go ahead and close that out. I got all type of stuff going on here, y'all. Y'all got to excuse me. But I had to do an update here, Windows 11, whatever that is. I don't know. I'm a computer nerd now. But anyhow, we got the chat going on. I'm going to pin up here a PDF form that you can follow for all the information. So let me put this in the chat and let me pin it to the top. Put that there. All right. I guess I should have edited it and pin it to the top up here. Let me see here. Remove that. Let me see here. Instructions to join. Let's see. Football. Glad I could type. So fantasy, right? It'd be great. All right. All right. And then let me pin this here to the top. So if you want to join, you can go ahead and click that. And you get a chance to see all that's going on in that fantasy. It'll bring it up. It comes up as a PDF. It has all the information up here as well. Let me go ahead and throw this up so you guys can see exactly what we're talking about. Like I said, we want to go ahead and load this up. It's super fun. Let me share the screen right quick. This is what it will look like right here. You'll receive a PDF like so, and it'll have all the information on here, what you can do. Please put your email address in the memo section or I cannot send you the invite. So make sure you do that. All the information is here. So go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right there. So that way you know exactly what you need to do. And I'll get it to you at least within 24-hour period. All right. So we got the college fantasy rocking right here as well. And I'll do that again as more people come on in. Make sure you go ahead and join that. All right, let's get straight into this deal, man. I already got people on the phone line. I got my man Shock in the building. He already on the phone line. He ready to rock and roll. We got the comments rolling. We have a couple of shout outs before we get started. Put the comments up here. All right. Who we got in the building? Oh, Ham. I'm glad you're here. Ham, if this is you, I think you're the only person in the 25 league. So if you want to join the 50 or the 100, let me know. If this is the same Ham, I think you're the only one that's in the $25 league. Just putting it out there. You can stay there. You can add different. Let me know. Whatever. However you want to do it, just hit me up. Let me know. Just if you want to add one, just send a difference and you'll be fine. I'll switch it over for you. All right. But anyway, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on here over the weekend. Starting off, former LSU player Demetrius Byrd is in the news, and I'll let the news speak for it, man. This is kind of so unfortunate. I put it in the Discord, but I actually coached against this young man. He was a player at Miami Central Senior High School way back, coached against him, phenomenal player. I think he ended up going to JUCO and then going to LSU and did phenomenal there. But let's hear this story out right quick.
Thanks, Steve. A former professional football player arrested after pulling out a knife on a bus in Miami Beach.
And Sophia Hernandez has more on this arrest. Sophia, what did you find out from investigators?
Yeah, Shelly, a man on the bus that we spoke to says that he's concerned for his safety after this former NFL player displayed erratic behavior, was saying questionable things, and then took a blade out and threatened to cause harm. On Monday morning near this bus stop off Abbott Avenue and Indian Creek Drive, officers with Miami Beach Police say a man was aboard a Miami-Dade transit bus with a knife, yelling, "Who wants to die?" That man, former professional football player Demetrius Byrd. The 40-year-old played football at Miami Central, later at LSU, then in the NFL. But Tuesday was in bond court, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Arrest documents say officers spoke with the bus driver, who stated 2 people were involved in an altercation. One of the males spoke to NBC6.
I was riding the 100 bus to downtown Miami, and after I got on, it was probably about half full, and I heard the guy talking loudly in the back.
He says Byrd was causing a disturbance, which is why this passenger tried to have a conversation with Byrd to calm him down. But when he wouldn't, the passenger tells NBC6 he told Byrd he would video his erratic behavior. That's when arrest documents say Byrd pulled out a multi-tool, opening the blade, and began asking him if he wanted to die.
When I saw that, I walked away to the front of the bus. He followed me to the front of the bus, still being threatening. And that's when the driver stopped and called the police.
Byrd has been arrested, but the male passenger says it's the first time he's had something like this happen to him.
I'm a little concerned for my own safety. I don't know who this guy is or what. The things he said were very, he said he could use his pliers to pull my teeth out.
And Byrd is here at Miami-Dade jail. He does have a bond set for $5,000. However, he does have a pending warrant in a separate domestic violence case.
That's so unfortunate, right? Demetrius Byrd was a phenomenal player, had done some great things at Miami Central, and it's amazing, right? 40 years old, looking at his picture at LSU to looking at his picture today. Again, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to assume, man, but apparently as I was reading some of these other stories, he's homeless. He started off, he was selling insurance. He was a personal trainer. I don't know what went left, but apparently something did, man. And I'll just put this out here, not to make any assumptions, but mental health is a real thing. So check on your people, man. Make sure you check in with folks, see what's going on. If you can help them, try your best to do so. It's an unfortunate situation and an unfortunate story, but, hey, that's Demetrius Byrd from Miami Central, man, out of Miami. So shout out to them. Hope he gets well, hope he gets better, and hope all works out for him. Also, Jake Paul is in the news again, right? Jake Paul, the YouTuber, as he's been called and known, right? He was on the Pivot podcast. I actually love the Pivot podcast. I think it's pretty cool, the interviews that they do. But he was on the Pivot podcast talking about he could play football. He could play wide receiver. Now, we know he was a YouTuber, said he wanted to be a boxer, and he started doing that. Now, again, I got my own personal things. I think that I have no problem with people having confidence, right? But the problem that I do have is that you downplaying the skill set that other people do. And I'm going to play a little bit of this interview to show you what I'm talking about. But even in the boxing world, Jake Paul is not a little dude by no stretch, right? And again, you give him credit for what he's done and accomplished in essence. But you're bragging that you beat Nate Robinson, maybe 5'7", 155, 60 pounds, whatever he is. I mean, you beat some lower tier guys. And when you got your opportunity against Anthony Joshua, then they broke your jaw, right? And so I think my whole issue with the way Jake Paul approaches these things, and I get it, it's a social media entertainment world, but it's the lack of respect for the said sport. And I'm going to let you guys listen to this piece and you let me know what you think in here as well, because, as I look at it, it's kind of long, but I'm not going to play all of it. I'm just going to play a portion of it.
I bench more than all of you, guaranteed. And that's just like right now. and I don't even practice bench pressing. I'll squat more than all of you. I'm faster than all of you. Like, actually,
that's not true.
It is true. We can go down in the street after this, but that's the thing. So like, when words are cheap,
Why, if you make
And again, I'm sorry. See, what he does is so disingenuous. You're talking about people that have been retired probably 10 years or more. He's 30. Channing Crowder in his 40s. Fred Taylor definitely almost 50. And you're bragging about being faster or stronger than these guys. They are not competing. You're currently competing in boxing, so your training is probably different. That's why I wish these guys would really hold him more accountable for his words, but I'll let it play.
all this money, do you just keep doing things and trying to pick things that's going to get you hurt?
I mean, pain is temporary, legacy is forever. So, like,
let's go. I saw that X-ray.
Yeah,
X-rays forever too.
It's temporary though. Like, on God, honestly, it didn't even, the punch didn't even hurt.
I don't believe that, Jake.
I swear on everything, brother. Like, it didn't hurt at all.
I mean, he said, "Whoa," right?
I was just like, "Whoa," that was like a good hit. But there's been things in life that hurt a lot worse. Like when you stub your toe, bro, that shit hurts way more than getting hit by Anthony Joshua, honestly.
But you're sitting with 3 football players, right? To have the audacity to say it out loud that that's what you're going to do. 29 years old, to have not stepped on a professional football field. What makes you so confident that you can do what we were able to do for a living?
Yeah, I think just God, believing in myself, and, you know, manifestation and self-belief are some of the most powerful things in the world. And I have God-given talents and athleticism. When I said I was going to box and beat all of these people and beat Ben Asker and Nate Robinson, Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, it was the same response.
Bro, you beat an old Anderson Silva. Probably was paid off. Nate Robinson, a basketball player. Like, what are we talking about here, man?
That I'm getting now when I say I'm going to go
Because you didn't have the background.
Play slot receiver, because there was no background. I was YouTuber this, YouTuber that. And so I'm a doer and a talker at the same time, but I always back it up. I have hands, run some routes, catch some balls, block some people. It can't be that hard. Boxing is way more difficult than football.
That is
and
also
I'm only
not true.
It's 100% true.
And I will agree that boxing is way more difficult than football. But Jake, come on, man. You tripping, bro.
Again, study was released.
I don't know who this co-signer dude is. Somebody put in the chat who the cheerleader is for Jake Paul right
A
here.
month ago, the hardest sport in the world is boxing.
They
Number
took
11
90,
was MMA.
They took 90, professional analysts of sports and did a study on what the hardest sports in the world are, and the number one on there is boxing. And I'm in there by myself. You guys have 10 other players on the field to help you out.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Just the disrespect of the game. I'm not disputing that boxing is not harder than football, not whatsoever. But for a guy to just disrespect the game in which he did, I got a real problem with that. And again, everybody he talks about he's better than are people that are old and retired. He's 29 years old. That's like me getting credit for going to whoop on some third graders. You understand? I want credit because I could whoop 50 third grade. Yeah, I beat 50 people. They were third graders. I knocked dudes out at the senior citizen home. Come on, Jake, tighten up, man. I will say this and I'll move on. A part of me wants him to get that opportunity where he get his head blasted, right? I think he's tough. That's not an issue. But for him to say what he's saying. But the real part of me doesn't want him to get opportunity because he wants to do it just as a stunt from a legacy standpoint, not the respect of the game. He wants to do it from a stunt perspective. He wants to do it from just a notch in my belt. Look, I did this, and that. He doesn't really care how well he can do something just to say I did it. And that's the issue. And unfortunately, people like this and people who will give him opportunity taint the games or the sports for people who really have worked at this craft all their life. And that's pure entitlement right there. That's entitlement. That's really what it is, because everybody looks at a dollar, you know, and for him, he doesn't care about the dollar. He cares about just getting a notch on my belt. Like he said, pain is temporary, but my legacy is forever. But what legacy? Just to say you did something? Bro, go join the doggone Make-A-Wish Foundation. They give you a chance. You go out there and run a little route or something. But anyway, yeah, the Tyson fight was fake. I mean, come on, man. You know, anyway, whatever. That guy's a bum. Let me get to the next thing going on here. Kirk Cignetti. Kirk Cignetti is a cat that actually I had several opportunities to talk with him and meet him through recruiting when he was at University of Upper Pennsylvania, IUP, Indiana Upper Pennsylvania. I think is what it's called, Upper Pennsylvania, IUP. Didn't know who he was in the essence of who he is today. Interesting cat. And I actually been watching him a lot lately, right? There's a lot of talk about who he is as a coach when he came from James Madison, went to Indiana. I think what he lost to one game, not last year, but the previous year. Last year goes completely undefeated and wins the Natty. Think about that. His second year in major college football, and not just wins it, but goes undefeated doing so. Now, he's been coaching forever, so it's not like he's new to the sport. And one thing he's been, I call it trash talking. I will. It's confidence as well. Some arrogance in there. I get it. It's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. But he said, all I do is win. And he won a line. That's all he's been doing. Now, a lot of people are going to question, what is he going to do this year? Those guys left. Well, we're going to find out here in about 30 days. However, everywhere he's been, he has won. He has had a phenomenal record. And I've been kind of watching him from a distance, interviews, how he does things, his approach. I watched the interview, them talking about, because he's an offensive-minded guy, leaving his defensive coordinator alone, how he does practice. He doesn't practice real long. Every day he shaves time off to practice. He does things not in the typical fashion, right? And he's winning. And that's like different coaches. You got a lot of coaches out here that's talking about what they're going to do, but they're not backing it up. This cat is backing it up, and he stands behind it. Well, here's a clip, because they said he has become the hunter, and we talked about that with my beloved Canes. But here's a clip of him right here talking about, they asked him, I don't know what podcast is here, but they asked him a question. Check this out.
How are you going to handle being the hunted now that you're at the top? It's like now you got a big target on your back. I bought a bigger gun. That's a great answer. Okay, all right.
I also like that we kind of passed over it.
You just won the championship again. Like, you're going to win again with an answer like that. Yeah.
We passed over it, but when we were talking about you winning, and you just you kind of mumbled under your breath, like, we win. That's what we did. We win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just coursing through your veins, winning.
I mean, I believe in our blueprint plan process and the way we go about doing things, and our ability to get everybody to think alike and perform to a standard. It's worked in the past, and I don't see any reason it shouldn't work again.
Hey, the man said, I'm going to buy a bigger gun. Watch this.
How are you going to handle being the hunted now that you're at the top? It's like now you got a big target on your back. I bought a bigger gun. That's a great answer. Okay, all right.
I also like that we kind of passed over it.
You just won the championship again. Like, you're going to win again with an answer like that. Yeah.
That's tough work right there. So again, Kirk Cignetti is a coach. Like I said, I've been watching him from afar, from a distance, been kind of just checking out, seeing what he's doing, how he does things. And it's one of them things, you're the king of the hill until you get knocked off. Now, do I expect him to win the Natty this year? No, but I definitely expect him to be in the Big Ten championship. I definitely expect him to be very competitive. When you have these kind of answers to things, and he's not politically correct, right? He's not politically correct by no stretch of the imagination. So with that being said, I like the guy. Like, I really do. He's my type of guy. Like, he really is. I don't have a problem with what he's saying. But what it does is you got to continue to do what you're doing. Now, we all know in the game of football that, you know, you're not going to just run that dynasty all day, every day. However, you know, some people have to put things in perspective. But when I look at what he has done, you got to just call a spade a spade. He's done it at all different various levels. He bet on himself, leaving Alabama, going to take a lower tier job. Did phenomenal there. Goes to James Madison, phenomenal job, right? Goes to Indiana, a job that's not, how do I say it? Not pretty, right? Not one of the greatest jobs out there. And literally, in a summer's time, in 6 months, he turns it around, right? He gets hired December, in 8 months, he turns it around. So I got to give him his love, man. I have to. Oh, Kurt, what's up, baby? An alum right here. We are classing up the show now. Go IU. Kurt, listen. I was just talking about your guy, man. Hey, listen, buddy. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know what's in the water in Indiana. But the target is on his back, and Kurt Signetti said, well, I got a bigger gun. So we're going to see what he's shooting out that gun, man. Very interesting, man. Shout out to you, Kurt. Much love to you, brother. But anyway, like I said, man, I'm interested to see what he's going to do. I'm definitely going to be checking him out. You know, a lot of people are talking about the quarterback situation in Mendoza, but they said that same thing his previous year, right? When the quarterback left, what are they going to do? He went and found Mendoza, right? Fernando Mendoza. Turns him to a Heisman Trophy winner. I don't know. It's hard to bet against the guy. That's all I'm going to say. People can say what they want to say. It's hard to bet against the guy that's done it consistently at different and various levels. It's hard to bet against the guy that has risen above all of the things people say, and he doesn't have the best of the best. I'm just saying, it's hard to bet against that cat, man. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be in the Natty, but I will say it should be a great year. It should be a great year. All right. Let me get to, the last topic of the day. Oh, my goodness. What is going on in NCAA? Everybody knows NCAA has passed the 5-for-5 rule, right? You either age out or you year out, all right? Whatever comes first, you get 5 years. Well, anytime you make a change in policy or procedures, there's always that overlap of a group that kind of gets screwed over. And the class of 22, meaning the incoming class of 22, that cohort that comes in for the class of 22, that's what happens. Let me make sure I'm trying to get to the proper thing. Okay, here we go. So what happens is those players that were in 22 technically have aged out because they've done their 4 years of eligibility. But the 5-for-5, meaning there's really no more red shirt. You can play 5 years. You play freshman, sophomore, whatever, graduate, whatever. You get 5 years or you age out, whatever comes first. Well, there was a federal judge named Charlotte Sweeney in Denver, Colorado. And she says that Division I athletes, and I want to be very clear about this. I know we're talking football here, but this is not only for football players. This is for Division I athletes. The problem is how the calendar flows for football players is a little different. However, let's take a look at this. Division I student athletes who started their college careers in the 22-23 academic year and finished their 4th year of eligibility in the spring of 26. The conflict, the NCAA's new 5-for-5 age-based eligibility rule gave 5 years to future classes starting in 27, leaving out the 22 high school cohort who had already completed 4 years under prior rules. Transfer window. An emergency transfer portal window has reported to be open from August 3rd, which is today, to August 10th. The NCAA has already started their plans to appeal this decision and so forth. Let me just do this quickly before I go deeper into it. I do want you to get a better understanding of what they're talking about. And then we'll open up the phone lines and get into it and everything else. But there's always something, man. NCAA really has no power. Y'all check this out.
Welcome back into sports. A federal court ruling could have a major impact on college sports this season, including here in the inland Northwest. A federal judge in Colorado has granted a preliminary injunction allowing D1 athletes from the high school class of 2022 who exhausted their fourth season of eligibility this past spring to return for a fifth year. The decision temporarily puts the NCAA's new eligibility timeline on hold and could reshape rosters across the country. The NCAA is expected to appeal the ruling, but for now, schools like Gonzaga could have the opportunity to add experienced players from that 2022 class to their 26-27 roster. Could be big time for the Zags.
All right, so that news report brought it up, but he talked about, as you can see, kind of geared towards basketball. And I think that's where it really makes its impact, right? Again, you guys know I don't follow too much basketball, but there's a lot of basketball that's moving in here. Now, Thomas Castellanos, Owens T, what's up, baby? Now, Thomas Castellano, the former quarterback from Florida State, Boston College, Florida State, and now went undrafted to the league, was looking to come back. But here's where a lot of problems are in this. And I want to kind of go through this because this is like really important. It's really important on the problems it brings up. One, because the judge put this out here. If you have a cap, you can't bring a player in, it overflows that cap. The roster cap is still the roster cap, right? So let's say you have your 105, and I'm just using Thomas Castellanos as a name right now because we know who he is. He comes in and got 106. That means somebody has to go. Now the question is, who is that? Right? Who is that? If you have a money cap, and here's another problem. Let's say, for example, you got the cap on that $20 million that they said they put out there. Everybody signed their contract. Well, if you got a roster spot, that player could come, but let's say he gets no NIL money because these people have signed a contract. Unless you're willing to break it, pay the penalty or whatever. This is creating a bunch of chaos in here. All right. Let me see here. I'm trying to find out what the things they can do. For example, it says Kentucky. Coach Wilstein has already indicated openness to adding eligible fifth-year players if roster and eligibility requirements allow it. Former Kentucky linebacker Alex Afari is an example of one being discussed. Wisconsin Badgers want to bring back the kicker, Nathaniel Vakos, exploring a potential return, creating a fascinating roster situation at the kicker. Minnesota, central to the broader legal fight because the Minnesota basketball player Cade Tyson was amongst the prominent plaintiffs. And again, this is where the problem is. These rules are a little late. Now coaches are scrambling, and these coaches got to make a decision. Somebody, I think that was below, put on there, Thomas Castellanos, right? If I'm a team looking for a quarterback, it's easy to find this roster spot. I mean, I get rid of some walk-on dude. That ain't about nothing. Technically, don't have walk-ons, but you know. I'll find somebody low on the totem pole. I'll find some reason for a dude to break team rules. Come 30 seconds late to a team meeting. You're out of here. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Thomas Castellanos to XYU University. See, I mean, if I'm the NCAA, can I be honest? I'd have threw my hands up. Because everything that we try to implement, all you do is go to a judge and get it overturned. And that's where I think a lot of people don't understand about, you got to have some rules in place, and you got to have, fam, you shut up. And you got to have some rules in place, and you have to have some guardrails. When you don't have this stuff, this is what you get. Somebody just stepping on somebody else's toes. It's kind of like when you're in the house and daddy say, no, you can't go to the party. And mama like, yeah, he can go to the party. You kill his credibility. can't do that. And that's just the problem there. Now, you can't be part of her ruling, which this judge ruling is, you could not have been drafted or signed a contract with the NFL already. I'm trying to see what her other stipulations were about you could not have been drafted. Here we go. Every former college player can return. That's not true. Former NFL players can automatically return. No. Players can freely jump into the transfer portal. No. Roster limits disappear. No. Revenue sharing limits disappear. No. Schools can simply add unlimited players. No. These are all the things that she kind of wrote out, saying that these are the points that players can't. Now, I'm going to just say this piece, and I'll kind of leave it open from here. This is almost like the NIL deal, right, in my opinion. Even though this rule is open to a lot of players, it's really not. This is almost a do-over, a last chance you kind of opportunity, not from the JUCO perspective, of some guys who have aged out and might need another year. For example, I'm using Thomas Castellanos because his name is at the height of it. Will he go back to Florida State? I doubt it. But he wants to go in and be a quarterback, didn't finish out his last year in college like he probably wanted to. This is going to be for those guys that can really play, right? And a college team feels that they can make a difference. The second facet of this is this may be a good spot for some veteran backups. Follow what I'm saying. If I need a veteran linebacker dude, right? I got a starter, probably the second year in college, third year, he's the guy. But if a guy gets hurt because the guy behind him is a freshman, and I'm like, right? I might need a linebacker in here that's been in the system, knows what's going on. Didn't get picked up from the league, but was a good college football player. But it's not going to be a lot of these guys, y'all. It's not going to be a lot. Somebody said I think it was Beloved, said Thomas Castellanos to Texas Tech. So I just want to put that out there, man. Shout out to Shaka Cali Mike in the building. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to get to y'all. Give me 1 second. We got 88 in the building, man. College Fantasy is here. One spot left in the $100 league. Make sure you go ahead and join it today so we can close that particular league out. Maybe we can open another one. All right. I have pinned that information to the top of the chat. So if you want to get to the top of the chat, please feel free. I have pinned it up there to the top for you to come on in. It's a link. It'll give you all the directions and instructions of what you need. Let me see. I can put it up here right quickly for everybody to see. And then I'll get onto the chat. To the phone line, excuse me. All right, real quick. Here it is. All right, if you click that link, it's up here. It gives you all the information you need, what you need to do. This is the link right here. All you do is click it. You can do whatever you do. I'll send you the link within 24 hours. Also, be sure to put your email address in the memo section, or I cannot send you the invite to the league. So if you send me the money, you have made a donation to the Hayes Foundation. No, I'm not sending it back. Take me to small claims court. It is what it is because you did not follow directions. All right. So with that being said, like I said, I appreciate it. We're going to make it happen and we're going to get to it. Let me get this phone line open, 862-799-9956. Right over the fantasy thing. You see it right up there. And we get this thing rocking, man. My man Shock in the building. Oh, I didn't do my going too far. Sorry. Going too far. It's going to be quick. We talk about friends, right? And when we talk about friends, there are always signs that everybody's not your friend, even though you grew up as kids and, whatever. But if my friends ever did something like this to me, I'm not laughing. I want y'all to look at this foolishness and look how they responded at the end.
All right, ready? I'm sorry. Oh my God. He wants to see some more.
He wants the real C. He wants the real C. Oh my God. Oh my God. Get the leg. Get the leg. Dude, get the leg. Dude. Put it out. Oh my turtle bug. Oh my God. Dude. Get in the water. Holy fuck. Yes. All right, Brady. I'm sorry.
No, first of all, the camera dude laughing the whole time. Like I don't understand what man, look here. I'd have been in somebody's jail cell, bro. I don't see man, they gone too far. I'm gonna leave that right there. Just because they call you friend, I don't mean they're your friend. That's crazy work right there. What if that boy would have tripped and fell and that thing started burning? Man. And I get kids do kid things, but that right there, and the boy said, "You want to be on fire?" He said, "No." And you still went through that? Man, shit. Sorry. My bad, kids. Santa Claus is real. Anyway, let me open this phone line. Shock, talk to me, man.
Shout out, Coach.
What's up, brother? How you feeling, man?
I'm blessed to be breathing, man. You all right?
Yeah, bro.
I'll try to zip. I won't hold you up too long on that, man. What's his name? Demetrius Bird. Shout out to him, man. Hope he figure it out, get it together. I ain't really got too much energy for the whole Jake Paul thing, Coach.
I feel you.
I respect him on a basic level for it ain't easy for anybody to get between it and get in that square circle. So just for stepping in the ring, I respect it to a certain extent, but the rest of his antics, I ain't really got no love for. You say Signetti, your type of guy, he ain't my type of guy.
Why not? Outside of the Miami Hurricane game, I'm talking about as a coach, why not?
No. Not even nothing to do with that. I mean, it is what it is. We lost the game. I ain't even gonna say that. I guess he is. I don't like it from the point of view of I just feel like if anybody associated with our program had a similar swagger, it would be the biggest chaos in college football. But, you know, when you coach a middle America team, you know, some kind of way it's all good. But I mean, outside of that, it is what it is. I guess I can respect the swagger.
But
and
he's
been
winning, right? So my thing is, hold on, Shaw. But he's been winning, and let's be honest, Jimmy Johnson has some swagger like that too. Now, like, now if he was talking like this and lose, if he was talking like this and lose,
he'd come off as like, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the big word? You probably know more big words than me, Coach. But he comes off very
conceited.
Yeah, conceited, arrogant, but it's something else. Maybe a combination of two.
Okay.
Just uptight. Just he looks like one of them. I heard this term. He's intellectually arrogant. He probably thinks he's the smartest guy in every room he goes in. Just my cup of tea. Those aren't particularly my type of people, but hey, all the best to him. He does his thing. You know, I'm all for the kids getting the 5th year. No problem with that. As far as that going too far, you just showed, boy, I better not say what's really on my mind on your YouTube channel, Coach, but boy, man, that's not even just about talking tough or trying to be tough, man. I mean, you set me on fire, bro. Like, I feel like you tried to take my life, dog. We are not homies, bro.
No.
We are not homies.
I'd have came about that
lake.
lake.
We can wild out and have a good time, but setting you on fire, bro, nah.
Bro, I would have came about that lake and tried to strangle that. And I'm strangling the cameraman laughing the whole time. Like, bro. And the kid said no.
anything I had near my disposal to use on them boys would have got used that day, boy. I'm telling you, man, I don't even, man, listen, bro. You try to take my life. That's how you're right. What if you would have failed and then you get to the water?
Yeah. And people don't realize materials. And I'll just say this real quick. Kids don't know this, and I know that. I don't even know this until I found out later. But people don't realize how fast materials burn and will burn onto you, like polyesters, the stuff that's in these shirts and them hoodies, the kind of nylon shorts. That stuff melt and turn in almost like wax, man. That stuff will melt to you. Like instantaneously, bro. Man, shit. Let me tell you something, boy. I know that kid has probably some mild burns on him somewhere.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. On a slightly different note, Coach, I'll just touch on it real quick. I don't know if you saw some of the media day stuff today. It was kind of cool to see some of the different interviews with some of our kids at the U. Malachi, everybody look like they're ready to go, man. Damon Wilson's an impressive kid. Obviously, Malachi, we know that. Mensa. Jackson Cantwell is a really, really impressive young dude, man. I mean, barring injury, Coach, I don't see no way he fails. I mean, I don't mean I'm saying he'll be perfect, but he'll adjust. He said something that I found interesting too, Coach. I'll just touch on it real quick. But he said that he's heard since he came, since he was the #1 player in the country, that he got all these high expectations and people talking about what he got to prove. He said for him, he's never looked at it that way. Like, and I get it, as a player, you don't care about what nobody on the outside is talking about. You got to quote unquote prove. Like, when you know you could play and you know what you're capable of and you just about your work and your business, all that's irrelevant to a player. Nobody cares about what somebody on YouTube is saying about he got to show me. Like, that boy know when he line up against Damon Wilson and Blunt and Lightfoot and all them boys, he done held his own. That's what he knows. So at the end of the day, that lets him know that he can compete. So, and he ain't arrogant about it, but he knows, like, they've gotten the best of him here and there, and he's gotten the best of them. They go at it. You know what I'm saying? But he's gone against a good enough crew of guys to know that I done more than held my own with these dudes, and they some of the better dudes in the country. So ain't nothing to fear about playing this season. It just is what it is. You know, we're gonna line up and play. That's it.
Line that ish up and let's play. Is he gonna make some mistakes? Sure he is. Francis Marino made some mistakes, but he's still a first-round draft pick. It's football. This is why you play 4 quarters. This is why you play 60, 70 plays a game. It's not going to be perfect 100% of the time. It's not like track. You only get one shot. You know what I mean? You got, listen, it's football. It's ebbs and flows to the game. It's some things he's going to learn. It's going to get a lot faster, and then it'll slow down for him. Right? It's just what it is.
Funny you say that. He mentioned that. He said the speed of the game was probably his biggest adjustment. You know? And he said there's more dudes that's closer to his strength level. You know, which he was always way stronger than everybody.
Correct.
But
I think his dad was like a shot putter or something like that, or like him and the mom.
Both his parents, they both was Olympians.
Yeah, they were like discus throwers and shot putter field events. So yeah, man.
Coach, I saw him before he got here, like last year after the football season, before he came to Miami. There was a clip on YouTube with this kid before the spring of his senior year of high school. He was in the gym with his dad, and his dad spotted him with 4 plates on each side and a quarter on each side. And man, he must have threw it up every bit of 8-9 times like it was, bro.
What's that, 405? What's that, 405 with 4 plates? Is 405?
455. And I think they had the clamps on there, so it was like 460 he had on there. And he threw that junk up like 8-9 times like it was water, man. Like, he's different, man. And he's not just powerful and flat-footed. He got decent feet. Like this, he got it, man. He just got it. He just say it is what some people just got. He got it.
Excited to see it, man. I can't wait. Like I say, that's why we got this kick running. We're going to have the Discord going during the game. We're going to be trying to live stream all this stuff. We're going to have it all going. We're trying to have fun with it this season, man. Coach be in the back working like a doggone, y'all be crazy if you knew. But anyway, man, let me jump to Cali Mike, man. Anybody else want to call in 862-799-9956? Yeah, man. But I appreciate you calling, Shock. Thanks, man, as always, brother.
Yes, sir.
My man. All right, man. Let me get Cali Mike here on the line real quick. Cali Mike, talk to us. What's up with you, bro?
What up, Coach? Man, NCAA just as dumb as a box of rocks. Man, they had to know when they implemented that 5-on-5, 5-for-5, if they didn't close that loophole, then somebody's gonna walk through that door, man. And the NCAA, the problem with them, they always half-assing. They do stuff. They have a good idea, but they never lock the back door, man. That's so crazy. And then with the ruling, from my understanding, if you ain't in the portal, right, you can't go. You can go back to your original team, and if you let's say you didn't graduate, let's say you timed out, but you ain't graduate, you can only go back to the one team you was playing for. You can't, and it's stupid. So why would they do it? And then you make this ruling in July, the end of July, when you know that this is for all sports. Now, if it was for basketball, it makes sense because they got plenty of time. These people already in camp in football. These people got their rosters. They roster limits. So look what you're doing to these. Let's say it's a high school incoming kid, and he got a game. He on the team, but he got a game way. You know, he is a high school kid. So basically, he ain't gonna play his freshman year. You know. So what you think finna happen to him when you got this guy that done played 4 years, but he ain't make it to the pros, but he's a pretty good pro player, man? You finna get pushed out the back door. And they first thing they was saying was about this NIL and transfer portal and adding all these years. They was trying to help the high school kids because they was saying the high school kid was getting bumped. So what you just did now, dummies, you're bumping high school kids.
Well, let me say this. Hold on, Cali Mike. Let me say this though. I don't think this is the NCAA. This is a federal judge who has made this ruling. The NCAA is trying to appeal.
Yeah, but the NCAA, they left the back door open. When they made this 5-for-5, right? If they would have had lawyers to close all of them holes, state that you can't go, this is going forward, make the rule complete. They didn't. They left the door open, and they got all kind of lawyers. These people got millions and millions of dollars with lawyers on top of lawyers. And they didn't close the back door. That's why half these people, if you remember, one of the things you was fussing about was all these people trying to get extra years. Well, what make the class of 22 any different from any other class? You think them kids, when you said 5-for-5, well, coach, I only did 4 years. Of course, that dope, they didn't seal it. They just, but all of this is based on rulings, and the NCAA they put these rules in place, but they got lawyers, but they never close the door. And everything they do, this is why they always getting sued. It'd be like when you say something, right? You come out and you make let's say you are school board superintendent, and you make a rule, you got to seal the rule. The rule can't have no loopholes. That's why you got attorneys to write for the language to be written properly. The NCAA they never do this. What ruling you ever seen that they made that stuck?
Well, that's the problem. But I think that's the problem, right? To your point, and I'll take what you're saying as the gospel. But the problem is, as long as I can go around and I can shop a judge that will go in my favor, then it is what it is, right? It's just like, I watch a lot of cop shows, right? And police shows and stuff. These officers know which judge to go to get a warrant versus Judge Cali Mike is a real stickler for the law. But Judge Shaka, because me and him got a relationship, hey, is you sure? Yeah, I'm sure, Judge Shaka. All right, go ahead. Here's your warrant. And boom, you're in the house. It's almost like, here you can sue for anything. The problem is I can't say that the NCAA didn't close the back door. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I don't know. I'm just simply saying it doesn't matter, because if you started this rule now, The problem was the spring of 26. So you're saying that the kids from 22 that came in should have to the spring of 27. So
because they didn't seal the door. They just gave a 5-for-5 ruling that anybody can do math. If I played 4 years and now you're stating there's a 5-for-5 rule, I ain't go to the pros. So that means I got an extra year. Instead of saying that, hey, this rule is implemented from whatever day, May, whatever, 1st, 2026 going forward. If you are school on a current roster, it's just certain language that they have to put this in, and they never do. We saw 5-for-5. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. But they didn't. They don't close the door. You got to.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
It's just like when you got to put something on there. You can't just say 5-for-5 because if I played 4, what I'm gonna say? Well, I ain't go to the pros. Guess what? That means I got an extra year. You ain't seal it up. You ain't saying nothing. When does it start? When is it implemented? How long, can we go back? But now she going to come in and say that the players that are on rosters, you can't, if you weren't in the portal, you can't go in the portal. What senior who think he done with no years jumping in the portal? So now it's like your first option is going to be like, let's say, what's the boy from Vanderbilt? Diego Pavia, whatever. I don't think he was drafted. I think he went to Baltimore as an unrestricted free agent, and they cut him.
Right.
So is he eligible? Is Pavia from Vanderbilt eligible? See, all of these things, it's just so wide open. It ain't. And what my thing is, we talking about an organization that you got vice presidents and presidents making millions of dollars. And these people, man, get you a team of lawyers, fight all that crap. But when you write these laws and rules or whatever, you got to make sure it's sealed properly. It's just like, even with this protect college football crap, one of the first things, if you remember, Trump said, oh, we'll write it and then we'll let them sue us. Well, damn it, why would you do that? If you're going to write this mess, seal it up, give it some kind of validity to where, they can't come at us this way. They can't come at. They making these rules and they just blanketed them. There's no. It's like you accuse this of the Wild Wild West. Well, yeah, it's the Wild Wild West because the rules you make have no end date, no beginning. Okay, we go. What they saying now? It's gonna be 19. I think they said now a conference can have up to 19 members. Why would you put 19 members in a conference? That's dumbass, because now you got an uneven. How you gonna play? Everybody can't even play each other. You got 8. You're gonna have one team like the ACC got right now. They got 17 members in football.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how in the world you got so many teams playing 8 and some teams playing 9 games because you have an uneven amount of teams? Why wouldn't you just make that 18 or 20? It's simply because these people, they make these stupid ass rules and they don't think about what they're doing. It's like you're doing something for publicity. Oh, I help protect college football. But all of these things are just open to interpretation and can be sued. Come on, coach. Why would I make a conference? I got a conference. Why would I want an uneven amount of teams? Do that make any sense on any day?
Right. So here's what I'll say to you. To your point. No, hold on. But to your point, yes, you're right. But I'm going to say this to you, Kelly Mike. Unfortunately, in this world, it's always the people at the top don't never know how hot the fire is on the ground. We're going to tell you how to put it out. I could do it at my job. You could probably do it at your job. The people that sit in them desks and them suits every day in them offices going to tell the people on the ground level how to do everything. And they don't know because they don't care. And that's always been the issue, Mike. Like, people that sit up think they know everything, but they don't spend time to go ask people on the ground level. They don't use the groundwork to figure out what's going on. And kind of to your point, they don't care. It's kind of like, I'm going to go back to the Jake Paul. He doesn't care about the thoughts, he just wanted on his record. So when you type in Jake Paul, like I did, and I'm not trying to change the subject, I looked at Jake Paul. I look at Jake Paul, right? His professional boxing career is 12-2, but he got all these names on here who he beat. I don't even know these people. So now he's done that. He's on to his next feat. Now I just want to play football. Then he's gonna say he want to swing a golf club. Then he want to ride a horse. He just want to put it on. He just wants to put his name on it and say he did it. And I'm saying
building a resume for money. Just I did this. I did no rhyme or reason. Just,
right, but it's also
just money.
And it's the same thing with these people. They don't care about the 10 and 20 year effect. They care about today. Because think about it. By the time most of these people who have voted for this or done this, even in politics, by the time this stuff takes place, they're out of office. They out of the whatever.
Yep, 100%.
So they're gonna take the money. Oh, we doing 19? Why? Because it's gonna. That means you can bring 2 more in from either the Big 12, right, or the ACC, and you can bring them into other conferences, or you can bring other teams in. This back to that whole super conference thing. That's what they're trying to create. But they can't just do it.
Yeah, but if you got why not make it 20 and make it even? That way, when we don't have this issue where this team played one less game, this team played. Well, they went 8-0 and they went 9-0. Well, they played 9 conference games this year. We played 8. They both undefeated. They didn't face each other. Who the champion?
I don't know if that makes. I don't know if that makes. Yeah, I don't know if the odd number, if I really do the math and the breakup, because if you got 17 teams, right, or 19 teams.
19, yeah.
Right, whatever, yeah. 17, 19, 21.
You can't play the same amount of games.
Well, I don't know. You probably can't.
17, like with the SEC this year, right? ACC, excuse me. ACC got 5 teams playing 8 games, and the rest, the 12 teams playing 9 games. So, and then some of these teams don't match up against each other. So if a team go 8-0 and this other team go 9-0, and let's say you got another team who go 8-1, who in the championship game? Because you got 2 teams, one 8-0, one 8-1. We won the same amount of games, and we got 1 9. Or let's say we have 1 8-0 and 2 8-1. So we got 3 teams with 8 wins, right? Who go to the championship? And let's say none of them faced each other.
I got you.
It's just uneven numbers produce that kind of. If you make it even, you eliminate some of this foolishness. It's gonna always be something, but cut out what you can. You know what I'm saying, Coach? Don't do the craziness. And this is what I'm gonna ask you too. Next, I'm gonna ask you about what make. Now I like Kurt Signet. I like what he did, but this is just to show you a perception of people. He came. He done won everywhere he went. Good record. Won championship. Ryan Day 82-12. And look, these people don't like that man. They hate him. The man got the highest winning percentage in college football. But it just show you perception. 165, 147. One coach that this is his only job. His only job, he 82-12, which seems like a pretty dang good record to me. I think it's the best winning percentage in college football. Now, Kurt Signetti, great winning percentage, good dude, smart. What he did coming from James Madison to Indiana was brilliant. Getting them guys that he had already coached, bringing them over there, that was a brilliant move. Now, can he transition that to continuing to win? I don't know, but we going to find out. But what he did was a brilliant move. Now, what I'm saying, what make him better than Ryan Day? Ryan Day, first job, he came to Ohio State. He was there as an assistant, but his first head coaching job. The man 82-12 with a championship. But they don't look at him the same way they look at Signetti.
Correct. And I'll tell you one particular reason. I'm going to just tell you why. Because to your point, yes, you're right. The difference is he took over a job that was already intact. It's kind of like Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. You took over a job that was intact. Kurt Signetti took over. But it's
his first job, Coach.
It doesn't matter.
We talking about somebody first. That's like me saying to you, if I gave you Apple, and I made you the president. You ain't never had a job before. It's intact, but are you gonna be able to keep it that way?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You know, you gotta appreciate this. This man he's
Mike,
doing a
yes.
great job. The man is
Mike,
a national
you're right.
champion.
You're right. But there is something to say. There is something to say about a guy who comes in the same conference. I'm not saying you're wrong about Ryan Day, but what I am saying about why Curt Cignetti is getting more love than Ryan Day overall is because you're walking into a system that is already rolling, right? You're walking into a system that is already established, okay? Just follow me for a second. Just listen to me for a second. Curt Cignetti walks into Indiana, which was probably one of the worst football teams, not just in the Big Ten, but in college football. I mean, Indiana.
I agree with that.
Right.
But he was an established coach.
It doesn't
bringing his
matter.
players.
It doesn't matter.
Smart, brilliant idea.
Yeah, but that's
I
what.
get that. But Coach, what I will
Mike, you got to listen for a second. Hold on, Mike. Mike, you got to listen for a second.
Didn't Larry Coker walk into the same situation?
And he tore it up.
He tore it up.
Thank you. So listen for a second, Mike. Hold on, because I'm trying to get to a point. The same reason why Mario Cristobal is getting the love because he's coming in and fixing a bad situation. Mario Cristobal would not get the same love if he took over right after Butch Davis in 2001 and kept it going. He would get love, but it won't be the same love. It's the same thing with Ryan Day.
I agree with that.
It's the same thing with Ryan Day. Ryan Day took over. Ohio State has not been bad for 25, 30 years.
I get that.
Yeah.
But don't the man get some love for it being his very first job?
Nobody cares.
The man should get some love for when we. Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, let's say Mario had walked into the Butch Davis situation, but over his first 6 years, he go 82-12. We wouldn't give him no love. These people can't. When you listen to the Ohio State fan, man, he can't stand that man. That man, I think he's been in the playoffs every year. He's been a head coach.
Correct.
Damn near all of them. But my thing is, man, come on, man.
Sir, let me tell you something. Hold on, but I'm gonna tell you. No. Let me tell you something. You talking? Let me tell you something. Let's go. The last time Indiana won the last time they won 9 games was 1945. Since then, they have not won. No, that's not true. They won 9 games in 67. They won 8 games in 79. 8 games in 87. Brother, they have no. I'm looking now for the last time.
It's been a long time, Coach.
No, Mike, listen for a second. Mike, listen. They have not won 10 games ever in the existence of the program. And guess what? This guy come in first year, go 11-2, 16-0 in a transfer portal era, right? In a era with some ramen noodles and win a doggone cooking contest.
Yeah, but Coach, what I'm saying to you about Ryan Day, this is my point, okay? Okay, in the transfer portal era, you got a guy who is established, who's a smart dude. I'm taking nothing from Cignetti, but he's a very smart guy. He did what the portal allows you to do. He basically brought his team with him. He brought his team with him, and he was smart to do that. Not saying nothing wrong with what he did. Play, and he won with that team. Okay, good deal. He's a good dang coach. And it was a brilliant move what he did. But what I'm saying, that's not it's not like that was impossible to do. It just looked so good because where he did it at. And I have no beef with that. But my thing is, at the end of the day, winning is winning.
Name me another coach that has brought their team with them from a G5 level. Hold on now, a G5 level.
But it's a new era, Coach.
Okay, but wait a minute, man.
That's
Mike.
why
All right,
he
man,
may not be. Somebody might do that
Mike,
again.
you got to listen for a second. James Franklin just brought a bunch of people from Penn State.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if James Franklin take Virginia Tech to the Natty in 2 years. He brought his whole team with him from Penn State. He brought 13 or 15 players from Penn State. Hell, Deion Sanders brought 15, 20 players from Jackson State, a Heisman Trophy winner and his son. I'm just saying, it sounds great.
I'm not saying they're the coach that he is, man. That man is a good coach. I'm not knocking that coach. He's a very good coach. But what I'm saying, what he did will be done again. You saying it now because the transfer portal era is really new. We're talking less than 10 years that this has been open. He is the first to do it, and I give him all the love and credit for doing it. But unless they change the rules, somebody else going to do it too.
Good. So what does that mean?
He's just the first to do it. No, I'm saying he's the first to do it, but he did something. This is a copycat league, as you always say, copycat world. You think that the next G5 coach, let's say he winning over there, let's say he got a monster team, he get a job at a big power. Let's like he get a job at, let's say, Florida.
G5 Billy?
And he got a
G5
really good
Billy?
team.
Come on, bro. G5 Billy?
G5 Billy. G5 Billy wasn't that dude can coach. That's an insult to the man. But
no, I'm saying
what
I'm trying to get you to understand
is the first to do it.
Okay, so again, your question to me, Mike, was why does Kurt Signetti get more love than Ryan Day? That was your question, and I'm telling you why. Why is he did it with Ohio State is a perennial powerhouse. This guy came from James Madison, Upper Pennsylvania, IUP. He comes there. They go 11 and what? 11 and 2 his first year. They go 16 and 0 his second year and win the Natty. I don't know what.
Yeah, like I said, it's a great accomplishment, Coach. I'm not knocking the accomplishment. What I'm saying to you, Coach, is that
I get it.
In the new era of how kids can transfer and how you can, he did something. He had a really good team at James Madison. He had dang good
Sir,
team.
you had Ohio State.
52-9.
Sir, you had Ohio State literally go in there.
This is my first time.
Hold on.
It's his first job. Coach, that's you saying Ohio State. But how many bozos we know screw up big time jobs with their first job? The man ain't never been a head coach before. I don't give a damn if you give him the
all right, Larry Coker,
Kansas City Chiefs of with Patrick Mahomes in his prime.
Oh my God!
It's not that easy to win like that, Coach.
Sir, can I ask you? Okay, you're right. Can I ask you a question? I'm gonna ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Larry Coker's first job was the University of Miami. And he's going to be the head coach of arguably the best college football team of all time. That was his first head coach job. What are we talking about? He went to a team that was stacked.
How that look?
Yeah, but you're talking.
Yeah, but you're talking about. No, I'm saying we talking about. Okay, let me ask you this: did Larry Coker last 7 years?
Yeah, he did.
And what happened?
Then he got it behind five.
And now, like I said, Ryan Day first job, the man 82-12. You can holler Ohio State, This man, Larry Coker, had the greatest team assembled. He ain't won 82 games yet. He go. He didn't. What I'm saying, this man did that with that. We talking about the Larry Coker had the greatest team ever assembled in college football, and went downhill every year. Lost, just started losing. What I'm saying, this man took that and ran with it.
Okay,
so
great.
What I'm saying, it's different. It's different. But how many first? What I want you to find me, how many guys, no matter what the job was, with their first job, got a championship in 4? I think it was 4 years or 5 years. What 4 or 5? How many of them got a championship? Period. I don't care what school they went to, and continue. Not only did get the championship, continue to keep his team right there in the mix every year.
Sir,
I'm not saying what he's doing. The steady win. He got the highest winning percentage in college football.
I'm not disputing any of that.
Is that because it's?
Yeah, listen.
What I'm saying is that because my question to you is that because of Ohio State, or that's because Ohio State and he's a good coach?
I think both. I think he's a good coach, but it's also he's at Ohio State where he's got players, he's got resources, he's got all of that stuff. See, I'm never gonna put it past the players, dog. Let's not get it misunderstood. Players are gonna always beat the coaches. Go ask Ed Orgeron, arguably one of the best college football teams of all time. 2019, LSU. Guess what? Fired 2 years later. I keep bringing this stuff up. Look at Sonny Dykes. He take his team, TCU, to the Natty. They don't win it, and you ain't heard nothing else about them since. It's about players, dog. So let's not get that misunderstood. Now, coaches coaches enhance players. Okay? Let's not make that misunderstood. But if you don't have players, go ask Nick Saban at 7-6. Go ask anybody. Go ask Mario. Hold up. Go ask Mario Cristobal. So, hold on. Go ask Mario Cristobal at 5-7.
True.
It's players.
But these are what I'm saying. Everybody you name is a veteran coach. But I'm saying I just say it because I look at how we phrase things and how we praise people. But when it's something that look a little different, like this guy, he ran with Ohio State. He's the only guy I know of that I could think of. Their very first head coaching job, they raced off to, I think this is 6. I don't know if it's 6 or 7 years. The winningest percentage in college football with a championship, and what I'm saying, Kurt Signetti did was a one-off too. He brought his team. Nobody else had did that. He had experienced players. Great move, great coach, and it was a great idea. And it worked out. But this guy came to an established program. He's got the highest winning percentage of all active coaches right now. And he continued to do it, but they frown on that dude.
Yes, you want to know why?
That's all I'm saying.
I know you want to know why. Because when you go back and look at, I get what you're saying, but you have to understand this. He has done nothing different since Jim Tressel was there in 2001. He went 7-5 his first year. They've been good since 2002, and they won the Natty that year. Since Jim Tressel, they got Luke Fickell went 6-7. They canned him first year great. They bring in Urban Meyer. Never won less than 11 games. Ryan Day comes in. He kept it alive. What I'm saying is, to your point, you are 100% right. Does he get more flack than he probably should? Yes. But if I compare Ryan Day to a Kurt Signetti and their situations, at this point in time, I have to give Kurt Signetti the edge. And the reason I'm doing it is because of the materials in which you're giving. I don't care that you brought your team. You brought some G5 dudes. Ryan Day just went and got it. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay,
wait a minute. Ryan Day, with all that he got, he still went and got the number one safety, Caleb Downs from Alabama. He went and got the top running back, Quashawn Judkins out of Ole Miss. Like that's the rich getting richer. It's almost to the point of how do you lose? This is why those people get mad, because you got the best of the best ingredients, dog, and you shouldn't be losing. I'm talking about from a fan's perspective. You got Quashon Judkins.
So
hold on. We put $20 million before anybody was putting $20 million into a roster. Ohio State was known. Am I right or wrong? Before that became a thing, Ohio State had already dropped $20 million with Quashon Judkins, Caleb Downs, all the receivers, Jeremiah Smith, all these receivers.
That's 100% true. And coach, he should get all the love for. He had to recruit Jeremiah Smith. He had to recruit all these guys. These guys ain't just walk up, because the guy was an unknown commodity. Like, okay, Caleb Downs walked away from Alabama. Caleb Downs was at Alabama and left and went to Ohio State. I'm sure we already know Alabama was paying him. What made Caleb Downs? What made what's his name? Kalen DeBoer more attractive than Ryan Day. Kalen DeBoer was an established coach, had took a team to the playoffs, Washington. He had all these great accomplishments. This kid left Alabama, an established champion, and he went to Ohio State. So what I'm saying,
in Ohio State,
them kids don't just go to Ohio State because Ohio State the only school that's doing that. They go there because it's obviously whatever they're doing is working.
Exactly. I'm not disputing
Alabama
that.
Was working there too.
No, that was Kalen DeBoer. Come on, Mike. That was Kalen DeBoer first year. This kid,
DeBoer's established. Look at his.
I know,
he went to, but look at
not
his
established.
Look
But
at
not
what Kalen DeBoer had.
Mike.
We talking about versus.
Not established.
Mike,
you're not listening. You're not established at Alabama. He's not established at Alabama. That was his first year.
I get you that.
He went to Ohio State to win. He said, I came there to play for Nick Saban. I'm going to go there and play for an established team that might give me a chance to win a natty. Why did Quashon Judkins leave Ole Miss and go to the Ohio State?
Well, Ole Miss wasn't. I get that. I get that one. But,
Ole Miss made him, though.
Alabama was a team that was in the playoffs every year. Even when he left, Kalen DeBoer had just took Washington to the playoffs the year before he came to Alabama.
That was Washington.
What I'm saying is Ohio State coming before that man left and went to Ohio State, all Ryan Day was known for was winning a lot of games and losing to Michigan. That's what he was known for. Then you leave Alabama with a guy who just took a team to the championship, Washington and Michigan. They were just coming out of the national championship appearance.
Okay.
And he left, and he goes to Alabama, just coming off a national championship appearance. He goes there, and this man, Caleb Downs, one of the best players in the nation, and Jeremiah Smith, and that man, what I'm saying, whatever they doing over there is damn sure working.
I agree.
But, like I said, I just wanted to bring up what I was saying, what Kurt has done in them 2 years is great. But this is a marathon. It's not a sprint, coach. Y'all, they praised the boy for these 2 years like he went in like Saban. And he not.
Sir.
He got one championship. That man got one championship.
Okay.
Jim Harbaugh got one championship too then.
Okay, how about this? Ryan Day takes over. His first year goes 13-1. His second year, he goes to the Natty. He goes to the Natty and loses it. Curt Cignetti goes to the Natty and wins it. Your question is, everything that you're bringing up, I hear you, but that's not the question you asked me. What they're doing at Ohio State, you're right. They're doing a phenomenal job. I've always said this. Their fan base got to be delusional that a man lost 4 games in 7 or 8 years. That's crazy. That's delusion. And those losses are usually in the postseason. One of those 4 losses was the Natty. One of them was in the Fiesta Bowl his first year. What I'm telling you is, since Ryan Day has been there, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, he lost 12 games in the 80s since 2019 to 2025. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those losses are in the postseason. Okay? 5 of them in the postseason. So With that being said, I think you're doing a phenomenal job. But your question to me was, why does Kirk Cignetti get more love than Ryan Day? And my simple answer is, I think he has done more with less in the same amount of time. Now, in a 7-year span, we compare those two, and Kirk Cignetti right here going 8-4, 7-5, then you ask me that question again, I'll have a different answer. But as of today, August 3rd, 2026, why does he get more love? Because he did more with less. That's why.
Okay, I give you that. He's done it, but like I said, I don't judge no coach in 2 years. I don't care what you did. You go to when Jimmy Johnson got to Cowboys. I ain't judge him in 2 years. I really.
Sir,
I'm just
if Mario Cristobal would have had this, if Mario Cristobal came in here year 1 at 10-2, year 2 went to the Natty and lost it, you would have been saying he the best coach of all time. Don't say you don't judge nobody in 2 years. Don't do that. You know that.
Nah, come on, Coach. Don't do that. That's not fair. But I would have because I'm
exactly.
I'm not.
So what? Hold on. So hold on. So
but
it's
I'm
okay.
Talking about people like yourself.
Hold on, Coach.
Hold
on, Mike.
I'm
so Mike,
hold
on,
like
Mike.
You.
Mike. So you just said, Coach, that's not fair because I'm fanned out. But you're mad at the people that's fanned out.
No, I'm talking about people. No. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about the coach. All this drooling over Cignetti. I'm talking about the coaches. Coach me, coach. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not.
So that means you didn't watch my
Coach Hayes. I'm talking to the.
I know
the coach that's drooling over somebody in 2 years.
So that's not true. You heard what I said. I was talking about. I watched him from afar, and I went back and I looked at what he had done at all these different levels, and he's continued to do it now. What I said to you, and if you watch this show, Coach me, Coach, is I've always given Ryan Day his love. I never understood why these people want him fired for having 4 losses in 7 years. Those people are delusional. But you have to also remember this. They are also spoiled. You have to remember, but here's another thing. He's had the job. Let me see. Urban Meyer was there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And Urban Meyer has 1 national championship. Jim Tressel was there for quite a bit. He had 2 national championships. 3, 06, 07, and then 02, I believe it was. Yeah, 06, 07. So he had 3.
He won 1 and lost 2, I think. I Tressel did. I think he won 1. But I'm saying to you, Coach, now, I just got to give you a hard time anyway.
Sure.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying, love for doing anything for a first time at a phenomenal level, no matter what the opportunity is. It's just that I was trying to point out how people look at things so differently. It's just like Harbaugh at Michigan. I think the first 4 or 5 years he couldn't beat Ohio State, and then they started cheating. He started winning, and then he left. But what I'm saying is how these people are judged so crazy different when they both doing the same thing, and it's just doing it. Like I said, yeah, he did it at Indiana. Great move in the transfer portal era. And if they keep this portal open, I'm sure we'll see another Indiana. Won't just be
you're right.
Indiana to win the championship. I'm sure if they keep that portal open and they keep that money above board, like anybody can spend it, they got to be creative or do whatever they do, then it's not going to just be these 4 or 5 little teams that when we had all the money going up under the board, Southeastern Conference cheating, we ain't see but a handful of champions. But if they leave the money open and let these guys be creative and coach and do what they do, you're going to see another Indiana.
Yeah, you might, but that's not the question. You're right. You may see that again somewhere in some form of fashion. But as of right now, we haven't. Let me ask you a question. What other sport do you like?
Oh man, Coach, I'm football out. I watch basketball, but
Okay.
I don't have the passion or I'm not
Okay.
really a big fan.
All right, no problem. Let me ask
I
you
watch
this.
basketball.
All right, let's ask you this. You ever heard of you heard of horse racing, right?
Yes.
You ever heard of Man of War?
The horse, yes.
Yeah, the horse. Man of War,
I
right?
don't know a lot, but I heard the name though.
What do you know about that? Just by hearing it. What do you know about it?
Kentucky Derby winner.
Mm-hmm. Big time name, right?
Yeah.
All right. What if I tell you Seabiscuit come in there and beat Man of War twice? But Man of War got Man of War. Hold up, Man of War got
like an upstart, right?
No, but Man of War done won
Yeah,
10 Kentucky Derbies.
I'll be impressed.
Exactly.
I'll be impressed.
It's the same thing. Even though Seabiscuit been killing people on a smaller circuit, but it ain't the big dog circuit, right? It's the same thing. Maybe this analogy sucks, but what I'm telling you is that's the big dog. Ryan Day takes over an established program. What do they say? Just don't wreck the Porsche. And he didn't do that, to his credit. He's done a phenomenal job, to his credit. Whatever they've done over there, it's working, continue to work. But then here come this dude in a goddamn Ford Pinto, right? With some duct tape and some super glue. And he keep winning races. You like, man, he ain't supposed to win that race. What are you doing? He wins some more races and some more races. As a matter of fact, did they beat Ohio State? Didn't Indiana beat Ohio State?
They did.
Exactly. And then you beat Seabiscuit beat Man of War straight up. And you already established.
I don't know if they played did they play the first year, coach? I don't know if I think they only played the one time because, like I said, with
it don't matter who won.
Teams,
who won?
Yeah, they beat them.
Okay,
they did.
So then you beat me head to head, and here's the difference. Watch this. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done. Y'all please call in 862-799-9956. Here's my next question to you, dog. You ready?
Ready.
Sure.
Go ahead, coach.
I'm asking, are you sure you're ready for this question?
Well, I'm positive.
Name me 2 players outside of Fernando Mendoza on Indiana's team.
Oh, man, I can name you a whole. Come on, coach. I can name you Cooper. I can name you Charlie Becker. I can go on, man.
And why is that?
Running back. Then there's a Tyreek Black. I mean.
No, keep going. I'm listening.
Indiana had like I said.
No. Why is that?
Coach,
No. Now the reason you can name them.
Surratt,
No. Now the reason you can name those. No.
But see, that's not a fair question.
That is a fair question.
I'm gonna be honest with you. No. I mean, it's not fair what you asking me because I'm a football fan, so
it don't matter.
I know a lot more guys.
It don't matter.
Than the average. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
My point is.
I get that. You're right.
Now, hold on.
You're right.
So now here's my part 2 to that then, since you're a football guy, you say it's not fair. Name the Ohio State players that was drafted over those guys outside of Fernando Mendoza. You're a football guy. So name the Ohio State. How many Ohio State dudes got drafted this year over the Indiana dudes got drafted? I'll wait.
In the first round, well, you mean any round or you want to do what you want to do? Because Ohio State had 4 guys in the first round, and Indiana had 2 or 3. They had the wide receiver first round. They had Mendoza first round. I can't remember the draft, coach. I can't remember it like that. But I mean, I'm not saying they had the players like they did, coach. I'm saying players don't always make. We don't know. Okay. This is like me saying to you, 1984, January, Miami beat Nebraska in the Orange Bowl. Man, Nebraska had Turner Gill, they had Irvin Fryer, they had Mike Rozier. They had Dean Steinkula. All these guys, top picks. We beat them, though, but so, I mean, that can happen, and I'm not acknowledging that it can't happen, but Nebraska had a great team, smoking everybody.
That's great.
In 1983.
And again,
but football is a game. Football is a game, baby. And on any given Sunday, anybody can lose.
That's fair. But the question
and it has happened several times.
It has, but Mike, back to your question. Hold on. But back to your question, Mike. I'm not arguing who's the better team. I just want to be clear for people that may be just joining us. The question was, why is Kurt Cignetti getting all this praise over Ryan Day? That's your question. I just want to make sure that we stick to what the answering the question, that we don't veer off to now we're trying to compare Indiana, Ohio State. That's not what we're doing.
Oh no! You just showing me. What you're doing is
I'm just showing you why he's getting the praise.
Your point by I got you. I understand what you're saying, but then I would say that Snellenberger at Miami in 84 was for 83 season when he beat Tom Osborne. But I guess the eras are different. People respected Osborne more, and Snellenberger left right after the game, and Jimmy came on. But Snellenberger was a dude where he didn't get that love like this, man. After the man won an attitude, and he beat the great Dr. Tom Osborne with a stacked roster.
Oh, well, I mean, the times are way different. I mean, you got social media.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. The talent wasn't even. It wasn't Miami back then. We ain't have no, man, I don't know how far you go back. We had some good players. And no, let me change. We had some great players, but our great players were few and far between compared to Nebraska at the time. Nebraska was a stick,
Mm-hmm.
But it happens, and I'm just saying the praise. Like I said, it's a 2-year job. Great. I admire it, but I'm just saying, man. At the end of the day, I look at it. Urban, when you say the man took over for Urban Meyer, probably one of the best to ever do that. You had Nick. Well, Urban Meyer in the modern era, I think Urban Meyer got the second most champion under Nick. He's second. You got Nick with 7 because he won at LSU, and then you got Urban Meyer. And ain't nobody won more than Urban Meyer. The man took over for Urban Meyer. Great, one of the best to ever do it in your first job, and he did his thing. And like I said, I'm not hold on.
Urban Meyer was that? Hold on, but Urban Meyer.
I just posed the question to you.
Hold on. But Urban Meyer, he got 2 natties, 2 different teams. He got Florida and Ohio State.
He got 3. No, he got 3. He got 3.
Well, I'm listening.
He beat Alabama. He beat Alabama at Ohio State.
Okay.
When that 2014, he got 2 at Florida. He beat Jim Trussell, and then he beat Jim Trussell twice? They won in 06. Florida won, was it back-to-back or 06 and 08? I'm not a historian with them Gators, but he won 2 natties at Florida, and he beat Nick Saban at Ohio State when he was at Ohio State. He beat Nick Saban when he was at Florida too. Look at him. Check him out now. He got 3. He got 2 at Florida.
Check that out. I'm not saying you're
Florida
wrong.
went in 06 and then they went in 08.
Mm-hmm. I'm just simply saying, and
he was the coach.
No, I get it. And I think Urban Meyer is a phenomenal coach. I think one thing I've always given credit is if you watch Ohio State, they have always done a phenomenal job in hiring the coaches. And when they did a bad job with Luke Fickell, and I've always said this,
they got rid of
him. They didn't say, well, let's see how it. No, because you can literally tear down Rome in a day. And that's what I love, the swift kicking. I get it. I'm not mad at that. Like, Luke Fickell was on the staff in 7-6, or what is 6-7, 7-6, and they cut his head. Bam, get out of here, bro. You got to go. That's why I say, to me, their hiring practice, they have done a phenomenal job with hiring. And they've also had the backing of the school. The school paid the money. They paid the coaches. They did the facilities. I don't know if you've ever been to Ohio State facilities. Phenomenal facilities.
Phenomenal. Yeah, I have. I've been there once.
I'm saying phenomenal facilities. And I don't know when that was, but if it was over 5 years ago, it's probably 30 times better now Every 5 years they do an upgrade. Every class they do an upgrade. It's crazy. So
yeah, I saw it in 17. It was nice.
Okay,
when I saw it. It was
so back to that point. So you talk about 10 years ago now at this point. That sounds crazy, right? So 10 years ago, imagine what they've done now. And they spending money in NIL, they spending money in rosters, they spending money in all of these different things, Mike. So
take all that to win, Coach.
It does. And I'm not disputing it. What I'm saying, they've done a phenomenal job in hiring, unlike a lot of other places that have fell off.
Now I'm gonna start something, then I'm gonna blaze up on you. Do you think would you agree that Alabama spend the same kind of money?
Yes.
On their facilities?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think Kalen DeBoer gonna do what
I don't think so.
And he was an established coach. Do you think
No.
I don't think he winning nothing.
No, I think he'll do. I think he'll be
He
fine.
winning nothing.
I think he will.
No, I mean as far as championship.
No, I don't think he's the right fit for what Alabama does. I believe that's a real thing. And that's why I said Ohio State has done a phenomenal job with hiring the right guys, not just the X and O's of the coach, but the person that fits the culture of Ohio State. When Jim Tressel went and built, I know they had some Woody Hayes and all them prior to that, but when Jim Tressel went, they kept that going. It never lost a beat except that 1 year with Luke Fickell. And it didn't last long enough where it really hindered the program. See, we kept Larry Coker too long. LSU, I got to give them credit.
Way too long.
LSU, I give them credit
Way too long.
Listen, LSU, I give them credit for cutting heads. They just do a bad job in hiring. Like, they don't let guys stay long.
Terrible.
I would have never hired Brian Kelly.
Okay, Coach.
Not a right fit. Brian Kelly is not a right fit.
I agree. I 100% agree. But I'm going to give you this. This is my question to you.
Mm-hmm.
If college football was a stock, right? If you could buy stock in Alabama, you could buy stock in Miami, you could every team, and let's say all these stocks sold for $1 and you had to bet on their future. You had to put your money on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of now, over how many teams would you invest in over Miami? Would you invest in Alabama? Looking at what we know right now, if we could sell your stock for $1, based on, because it got to be based on recruiting and looking at the future going forward. How many teams you think all these fans be calling your show and they had to invest their money? Let's say they had to mortgage their house to invest.
Mm-hmm.
How many people you think would invest on all these teams that they be bragging on over Hurricanes?
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, if you're asking me who would I would invest in Ohio State over Miami. I hate to say it, but it's the truth.
Of course. But I'm saying outside, Ohio State is there every year. You see the consistency. You see they ain't changed coaches. They doing things a certain way. But it's very few teams. I say that to say this. There's very few teams that, looking at what we see now, that we would invest in over Miami. It's very few. That's all I'm saying.
No, I can I tell you this? I still think Alabama, and the reason I'm talking about investing, I'm not looking at wins and losses. Maybe that's why I say I'm not really sure to answer this. Okay, we got some more calls coming in. I'm not sure how to really answer this, but I'm looking at fan bases, fans showing up. I'm talking about, I'm looking at the overall picture, right? I'm looking at winning as well as fandom and fans and how many people showing up, right, wrong, and different.
Well, don't win and bring that, Coach. If you win, you go, that's going to win it, going to give you all of that.
But that's the difference.
Right?
I think, but hold on.
Say that?
Yes and no. When we were still 8 in this or 9 games or whatever, Miami is hot and cold now. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Very hot and cold.
Exactly. And that's why I wouldn't put my stock in it.
But what I'm saying, you got to look at, what I'm asking you is to, right now, as you're a coach, right? And this is a good question. This is why I asked you, because you are a coach and you coached college football. You watched college football. In order to, we know that recruiting, securing your coach, him hiring his assistant, doing all this thing is a process. Every winning program is a process. The LA Dodgers, a process. It's how they do things. any type of what. But I'm just saying, based on what you see right now, what you're looking at in the landscape of college football, how many teams you with the programs that's going on now? You ain't investing in that. Dabo got 2 rings, but you wouldn't dare right now invest if you said who going forward as a winner, Clemson or Miami right now. Just no. If I pulled you from outer space,
okay,
and taught you, about football, who would you invest in over Miami?
Okay, I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Places like Alabama, places like Ohio State, places like, I'm not really sure about Clemson, even Michigan, right? These blue blood programs, these Midwest programs, football is life and king to these people. They're going to go to the games. Listen, they're going to go to the games whether they're bad or not. Watch this. I just pulled this up. The Luke Fickell year at Ohio State, they were 6-7. They regularly sold out in 2011 despite the turbulent 6-7 following the Tattoo Gate scandal in the coaching. The capacity says Ohio State 102,000 people per game, and they were 6-7. If Miami was 6-7, you think we would even sell out the 70,000 seat stadium? Hell no.
No, we would
so
not.
So my question is,
I'm doing a bad job. I'm doing a bad job of asking the question because I'm not. You taking it. I'm just saying if the stock was based on strictly wins and losses.
Oh well, that's basic. That's different
because we're never gonna outdraw the Alabamas and all that. No. I ain't delusional like that. I'm just saying based on if we had to go forward from today, looking at programs over the next 5 years, how many programs do you think over the next 5 years is going to win more games in Miami? That's my question to you. Based on wins and losses only wins and losses.
I hate you going to make me say it, Notre Dame. They don't play nobody.
Boy, you would not.
If you had to put if you had to put your money, see, that's what fandom get you in trouble.
I know.
If you had to put your,
I don't think Freeman gonna be there in 5 years.
But see, that's the problem. So you want me to guess at all this? You want me to guess who the quarterback gonna be?
No. I'm just looking at no. When you invested in wins and losses, you everybody gonna have their own method. You pick Notre Dame. Go ahead. I'm not criticizing.
Yeah, you are, because I said Notre Dame.
I personally don't think.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Well, I think Miami going to win more. Go ahead.
No, but you asked me. Notre Dame, since it's been there, Marcus Freeman been there 9 wins, 10, 14, 10. Right?
Yep.
If I got to look at that over a period of time, because see, here's what people got to understand. And you asked me a question. I can't speak for 5 years. I know Marcus Freeman's defense is going to be there. I'm just saying, imagine if he's the coach for 5 years. I brought this up about Cristobal before. He got a strike goal on these coordinators. Who say Shannon Dawson going to be there for the next 5 years? Who say Corey Heatherman going to be there for the next 5 years? I don't know that.
I don't think they will, but I think that Mario has perfected what he's doing. Right. I think he got it down. He had to learn what he was doing. And I see that when you look at even with the recruiting, man, Mario crushing it.
You right,
right now. He figured something out. I don't know what he's figured out, but if you just look at what's going on here, I mean, and I told you, Mario improve every year. It's something, but he getting to that point, and it's crazy to watch it as a fan. I'm watching this dude go from 5-7 and get better every year. We fighting for recruits. I personally don't think Miami gonna have to fight for no recruits unless something really drastic happens. I think Miami will pretty much here now in the next 5 years gonna be able to get whatever they want.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean,
just
looking. If I'm not looking back, I'm just looking.
Oh my God!
If I had, like I said, go looking at these 5 years, but you Notre Dame gonna be up there. I would admit that Notre Dame would be a stock I would buy too. I would buy
exactly. I would still buy Alabama stock. I would still buy. That doesn't mean you had to win a natty. You said wins. I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm saying since Brian Kelly, since 2017, since 2017, that's 10 years. They have never lost less than 10 games. And actually, hold on. Brian Kelly went 4-8 in 2016, but won 10-3 in 2015. I'm just looking. You asked me, so you look at stock. You look at the history of the stock. What it's going to do? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, would I put that on Indiana? No, they ain't done it long enough.
There you go. Maybe that's how. Maybe see now you with me.
Yeah.
There you with me. But I got you. I was just trying to get you to a place. I went a long. I wanted to go in a straight line, but I don't walk around the whole
Oh my
country.
God, yeah, you way around the corner. Man, let me get some of these other callers on the line.
I done went around.
Yeah.
Go on, handle your business, Coach. I'm listening, man. Love what you're doing, Coach.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I don't know, but y'all be all the way. I got Chris Kane in the building. I got 7146. You're gonna be the last call
The conference has been locked.
for the night. So I appreciate y'all. Let me go ahead and clip this phone number off here. Anyway, let me get Chris Kane on the line. Chris, talk to me, man.
Yo, what's up, Coach? What's good, man?
Good. What's up with you, man?
Man, chilling, boy. I thought I was gonna have to hang up, bro, and call back.
Man, you ain't the only one, dog. Because what happens is, like, people, and again, I know Kelly Mike just talking, but I'm saying I'm not fanned out. I'm not gonna do it. Like, I just can't, because I'm looking at it in this holistic thing. If you ask me in 5 years, I'm looking at a team been winning for the past. Hell, Ohio State, dog, the man ain't lost less than 11 games. I don't think Ohio State lost less than 11 games. I mean, they've won 11 or more games in the past 25 years. Why wouldn't I put my money on that?
True. The only time they didn't do double-digit numbers was in the COVID year, and they went to the Natty, didn't they?
Yeah, but that was Luke Fickell. No. The COVID year was
was
7-1.
Right?
Yeah, 7-1. They were 7-1.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
and that was because it was COVID. That's it. That's the only reason.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
So I get your point, even though I can't stand them.
And they went to the Natty. And they went to the Natty that year.
But they went to the Natty.
They lost.
Gotta give them that.
And then that's another thing.
Lost,
and that's another thing. You only played 8 games and went to a Natty. Right? Versus in your first 2 years versus Kurt Signetti went to a Natty and won it in his first 2 years and played 16 games. Literally doubled the amount of games you played in that season and didn't lose. So, I mean, now in 5, 6, 7 years, Chris, Ryan Day may be blowing him out the water. Kurt Signetti could be looking like Ed Ogeron. I don't know.
Who knows? We don't know. But they are consistently able. I mean, I have to admit, them ponies in Ohio State, they always in contention. When you talk about college football playoffs, you gotta mention them. They are in the picture consistently. Consistently. This ain't just no one and done. This is like they always in the playoffs. They always winning more than 10 games, more than 11 games. You know, they can lose a conference championship and still be in the champion and be in the playoff.
I put my money on Oregon too. To be honest, I'm looking here.
Yeah,
right. Mario last year, they haven't won. Mario's last year there, he won 10 games. Dan Lanning won 10-3. Mario Cristobal and Dan Lanning is equivalent to, in my opinion, is to Urban Meyer is to Ryan Day. You built it up, you set it up, and Dan Lanning just don't wreck it, dog. Right?
Yeah, just don't wreck it. Yeah.
Jim Tressel set it up for Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer just don't wreck it. He didn't. He won one. Right? Hey, Ryan Day just don't wreck it. He didn't. That's what it is. Because he want to ask me, Dan Lanning, this is his first job. Well, why Dan Lanning don't get the credit? I'm saying, why Dan Lanning don't get the credit? Because he bought to a ready-made program. It was already set. Or set up. Not as much as Ohio State.
Nothing to it, but just hold it in the road. That's it.
Yeah, just keep it straight and don't fall asleep behind the wheel.
That's it.
Hey, who we got?
That's all. That's all you got to do.
Shout out to Muhammad in the building, man. What's up for the $199 on the super sticker? Appreciate you, Muhammad, man. Much love to you, brother. Thank you so much. Can't wait till the season, man. Hope you're in the stands with us. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
what's up, Chris? Talk to me.
I just want to holler at you. Man, I heard about the whole thing about them giving the 5th year to these people who from 2022 that basically did not get drafted or whatever the case is. So I'm like, ooh. Now I was in a space, what's today? Monday? I think Saturday they was talking about it. They said that they were going to pass it. And I guess they was on the brink of passing it, but then I guess they went ahead and did it. And they was talking about like the ones who didn't get drafted or whatever from 22, they can go ahead and they can come back to college. Now, if they come back to college, would they be able to go to the NFL draft again?
Yeah.
Or whatever the case is. Maybe that's what it is. So maybe it'll improve their draft stock. You know, that would be cool.
It's kind of no different than what Cam Ward did. Cam Ward kind of went out there, put his
right. I was just about to say that. It's just no different than what Cam Ward did, except he didn't go declare for the playoff for the NFL, and then didn't get drafted, and then went back because he did all of that. Excuse me, coach. He did all of that before. You know, he went to another college. He was getting ready to go to the draft. He was getting ready to go. When his draft stock wouldn't have made, he wouldn't have been a number 1 player. He'd have been in like the 4th, maybe 3rd or 4th round, maybe in the 5th round. But he went ahead, he bettered his stock, came back, went to Miami, and the rest is history. Became the number 1 draft pick. You know what I'm saying? So it's no different. It's just the fact that these guys went to the league and he did it before he went to the league. It's the only difference. But excuse me. Got a lot of people that was already having a civil war up there in Tallahassee, and
very terrible.
They're already fighting amongst themselves. These people want the daggone season over before it even begins. I feel bad for my little sister. I feel bad for her. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you were dealing with Big Bro, talking all that junk with Big Bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we was down and out. You know, we wasn't where we were supposed to be. Y'all went ahead and did y'all thing. And all of a sudden, you know, you forget, you know, stay humble, and you forget the process.
I'll just say this real quick. 7146, I'm coming. Don't hang up. I'll just say this real quick, Chris. That program is a perfect example about players. Florida State has some players. Let's not get it twisted.
They have talent.
The problem
is talent.
I know, but the problem is they haven't found the right quarterback since Jordan Travis left. That's the problem. DJU went to Clemson. When it was his turn, he crapped the bed. And that program, and Clay Klubnik is not the answer, but he kept the boat afloat. Right?
Yeah, he did.
DJU left there. And didn't he go to Oregon State or something first? And he crapped the bed.
Yeah, he went to Oregon State.
Oregon State.
He did pretty good
Florida
there,
State.
though.
No, he went to
did
Florida
pretty
State.
good there.
Hold on, he went to Florida State first. Then he went to Oregon.
No, he went. No, he was at Clemson first.
I know.
Then after Clemson, he went to Oregon State. That's where they picked him up at because he did good at Oregon State. Remember, Coach? And then that's when he
I
went
thought he was
to
at
Florida
State. My bad. I thought he was at Florida State. He was at Oregon State, yes.
Because that was when they was talking about it was either him or Cam Ward that 1 year. That was in 24.
That's correct.
I would believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that was correct. So anyway, so he goes, and they haven't found a guy since. Thomas Castellanos, he came in, he was on fire with against the Alabama game, but then they had some major injuries on the O-line, and it was over. It's over.
Yeah. See, the one thing I learned, though, Coach, by listening to you and by following and watching these different podcasts and stuff like that, one thing I learned, though, without even playing the game of football, the quarterback is the heartbeat of the team. A heartbeat is the most important organ in your body other than the brain. Those are the two most important parts. And if one of those fail, it won't function right. But your heart, that's your everything.
That's it.
And you don't have that, you ain't got nothing. I don't care what else you do. You ain't gonna have nothing else. And until you find a quarterback that's gonna fit your narrative, to fit what you need to fit,
Mhm.
It ain't gonna work. Now, from what I'm hearing, these guys got pretty good talent. And this guy from what was it, Oregon? I mean, not Oregon, Auburn. Excuse me. And it sounds like he's the real deal. It seemed like
He was the same quarterback that was at Stanford. They had the big comeback against Colorado that year with Sotomayor. I mean, what that boy name? The receiver they had, he played for Tennessee right now. Adamayer or whatever his name was, something like that. I don't think he's the answer. I think he's okay. I don't think he's the answer. Hey, yeah, there you go, Chris. Ayo Manor. I think he's a placeholder.
We'll
bro.
see.
I know. What did he do when he left Stanford? What did he do?
Stanford, I know.
Exactly.
But chill.
Bro, I'll tell you right now.
My job on the line.
I'll tell you right now. Ashton Daniels. Right? He went to Auburn last year. He played in 4 games. He didn't even start. Or maybe he got hurt.
For real?
Bro, he was at Stanford.
Yeah,
he was at Stanford. I'm just telling you, bro. He was 68 for 119, 57%, 797 yards, 3 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Come on, dog. Like, can he play?
Oh, well.
Yeah, dog. Man, F them people, bro.
Man, all I know is only one staying in Miami's way is Miami. I was on the show with the Italian Stallion and Larry Frank last night. And I'm telling you, Coach, the only one that's in our way is us.
Man, I got to call D. I got to call D too, man. I meant to call him today.
Huh?
You talking about D? They had a show last night. Larry Frank and them had a show.
Yeah, Larry Frank. No, it wasn't Utah. It was Larry Frank, the Italian Stallion, and Larry Frank. They was on there.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah. Right. And and I just was like, you know what? It's just to a point where, you feel bad for him, but hey,
I don't feel bad for him.
It's all about recruiting.
Again,
feel bad for him, but it's
Florida
it's
State
all about recruiting.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
I mean, not me personally, but it's just a simple fact. Like their school is a legacy, right?
No,
they don't give a damn about us. They don't care if we was in there because they show that they didn't care. But it's just a simple fact of you got talent, but you are forgetting what actually brought why its prestige is there. Like you do not understand it. You have to recruit. You cannot microwave this thing. You said this, and you've been saying it. You cannot microwave this thing, dog. You got to make sure that you do this the right way.
Chris, Florida State is a perfect example, in my opinion, of holding on to a guy too long.
Right.
It's a perfect example. It's a perfect example, right? After that Jordan Travis year, you crap the bed. I'm like, bro, this is not good. This is not good.
And then,
you went from 13 to 7
by the same quarterback in 2 different uniforms, Coach.
F them people, man. Let me get 71-46 on the line, man. They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
I feel you, dog.
They'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, because they done disappeared. They done disappeared now. But we gonna see what happens.
Somebody said who they gonna hire. Jamel said if they fire Norvell, who they gonna hire? It don't matter. They gonna hire a search. They gonna hire a search firm.
They got the dude from Texas. The dude that's the OC. He's the assistant coach.
Man,
that's the move that they because I'm about to get ready to get off. But from the move that I'm seeing, though, Coach, if you think about it, if Mike Norvell is a so-called OC, then why the hell did you bring in another OC? Obviously, because the plays that Mike Norvell are calling are not working. They're not going to work. It's not been happening. Okay? His management skills are atrocious. Okay, so you bring in somebody else because the boosters are tired of it. The alumni are tired of it. So they want somebody else fresh. They want somebody else new. So therefore, they go out and they get the guy from Texas.
Bro,
Okay.
Tom Herman
Now
ain't no
he's
better,
supposed
dog.
to be in, and he's supposed to be OC, and he's supposed to be the assistant coach. From what I'm saying, I'm thinking that Novell don't last the season. Me personally, I think he's done after either before the Miami game or after.
Herman trash too. Last time Tom Herman was somebody was in Houston. Tom Herman sucked at Texas.
Tom Herman. Yeah.
He went to
Yeah, I
the
couldn't think of
analyst.
his name,
He
yeah.
killed Florida Atlantic University. Gonna kill Florida State. Hire Tom Herman. That's what they should hire. Hire him. Hire Tom Herman.
Right, but coach, how you gonna kill some already dead?
What I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying? Like this is what they're doing. No, you see what I'm saying? Like this is
I get so frustrated. I get so frustrated with the whole Tom Herman. I'm looking at Tom Herman right now. Tom Herman, he's 22-4. He went to Texas 32-18, nowhere near the standard. He went to Florida Atlantic 6-16. It's about players. It's about players. Yeah. 6-16, dog.
Damn, I didn't know he did all that.
Terrible, bro. Anyway, let me get off here. Let me take this last call, 71-46. I guess I get frustrated with the stupidness, man. I get tired of
that. I'll let you coach.
F for Florida State, man.
Oh, I know it. They ass water. I know it.
All right, bro. Yeah, they got mad at Mike Golish because Mike Golish ran up the day on record. Crap out of here, man.
That's sad. That's pathetic, coach. It's pathetic.
Anyway, all right, let me take the next call. Much love, Chris.
All right, sure.
All right, 71-46 on the line. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. 7146. Talk to me.
Roll Tide, coach.
Oh.
How about that? You Miami fans, y'all so love to speak on Bama like y'all a better program or something. You had one lucky year where you wasn't even supposed to make the playoffs. But if you know who the king of college football is. That's why y'all always speaking on Bama.
Do me a favor. I didn't catch your name. What's your name?
Huh?
I didn't catch your name. What's your name?
I'm Jay.
Oh, Jay. Matter of fact, Jay, the phone kind of messing up a little bit. Can you hear me? Jay.
Can you hear me now, coach?
Jay, can you hear me? Come a little closer.
I'm just here to speak up for Bama.
No, I get you, but come a little closer to the phone for a quick second. You closer?
You hear me, coach?
Yeah, I got you right about. Hold the phone up a little bit to your ear.
Oh man, can you hear me?
Yeah, hold the phone up. You ready? Right about there. Calling him about
Yeah,
some
roll Tide.
Yeah. No. All right, what you want to talk about, man?
Have to call in to let y'all know, man. Why y'all keep speaking on Bama, man? We know who the better program.
All right, let me ask you a question. What did we say tonight?
You said what now, coach?
What did we say tonight? You said we keep speaking on it. What did we say tonight?
But Judge, when you was just speaking with that not the last caller, but the dude before, is steady compare Alabama versus Miami the next 5 years. What do you mean? The next 5 years, we still got a better trajectory than you guys. What are we talking about? You guys got a number one class coming in this year. We had a number one, number two class last year. And if you're a real college football fan and know the landscape of what you're looking at, you know people not gonna have a number 1, 2, 3 class every year no more, because it's gonna be about retention after you got two or three classes. You know what I'm saying? That's what Bama had. First year the boy came, he had a top class. Second year he was here, he had another top class. Third year, we got to retain those guys. And a bunch of those guys already got a bunch of playing time. So I just don't understand where you Miami fans feel like y'all doing anything better than Bama.
All right, Jay, listen, take my Miami hat off. I don't even have a Miami color up here. It's red, it's black. I even got on a bluish gray shirt. So do me a quick favor, dog, because I love when y'all call in here with these talking points that y'all done heard some dude with his hair gel to the left. He got on a suit and he sit behind a desk. Just do me a quick favor, Jay. Can you hear me? Because there's a lot of noise in the back. I want this to be real
clear. I can hear you, Coach.
No, the only reason I'm saying that because the fans, whatever you move, I don't know if you're on Bluetooth but they can't hear me because they can't hear me. I want us to be real clear. No, you're good. I want us to be clear. I love, because again, I'm taking my Miami stuff off. I don't, like I said, nothing on here say Miami except the little clock in the back. I want this to be clear. I love the way y'all move the goalposts about now it's about retention. It's about the player retention. Please tell me, is there any excuse for y'all being ranked 50th or 45th in recruiting right now in this class of 27?
The excuse is a numbers game, coach. You know that it's only 5-player limit roster.
It used to only be
90% of our team coming back next year, coach. Look at how young our team is this year. That's why I said it's about retention. See, y'all try to make it like what, this is Miami, what, first top class in how many years? See, I understand the excitement that y'all have about it, but see, y'all got to be realistic fans when it comes to college football. Miami ain't been nothing in the game of recruiting in how many years? This is your first year doing it. Be excited about that, but don't try to put Bama down just because y'all excited about what y'all got going on, because y'all will never be Bama.
Jay, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
All right, do me a favor. I'm not a Miami fan right now. I'm just a guy talking to you. I tell you, that's why I try to lead with. There's nothing on this show that says Miami. It says Coach Me Coach podcast. I'm a guy that's just talking. I'm asking you a question. What does the team coming back next year have to do with the class of 27 who will be in high school next year? See, what you're missing the point is, and this is why I say y'all got to stop listening to the guy down the street selling y'all a Rolex and y'all think it's real. And then you come here and try and sell me the Rolex that you overpaid for. Them people that's lying to you, Jay. The class of 27 will not show up. Are you hearing me? The class of 27 will not show up until January of 27. You still got to play 26 year. So yes, all of those guys you do have are coming back in the 26 football season. What about the 27?
I'm talking about
but you're
the
not
guys
listening.
that are coming back next year. I'm not talking about this season. I'm talking about the 27 season. The guys that are going to be on the team the 27 season. Look at our roster this year and think about the guys that are coming back next year. Our roster still out-talents anybody in the country.
No problem.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
No.
We had a top 3 class, 2025? We had another top 3 class, 2026. Now 27, this is the class y'all want to say, oh, no, you're ranked 50th. You're ranked 50th. Look how low Alabama's ranked. Man, come on, man. Y'all know it's about retention when you can only have 105 players on your team. And then you got a cap on the money now and all of that, so you can only spend so much money. So what I'm saying is every year Miami's not going to have a top
Stop
5
bringing
class.
Miami in this.
It's impossible because you can't do it every year because the numbers. Not enough people graduate.
My man.
So when 2017 come around, we're going to have 20 more freshmen come in.
Jay,
those 20 more freshmen got to sit behind the guys that we already got.
Jay, can you
that
listen?
are freshmen this year?
Jay. Stop bringing Miami up. I'm not even care. I'm talking about Alabama. You notice I haven't brought Miami up yet. You're the only one bringing up Miami. I even told you, took my hat off. I want to talk Alabama. I'm not talking Miami. I
just broke the roster down to you. I keep trying to explain that our roster next year, the 27 year, the reason why recruiting is so low is because of retention.
Okay. So in 20, how far you want to go back? 2020, what, 3? 22? Is that good? Let's go 22. That's far enough, right?
You want to go back to 2022?
I'm just saying, let's go back to 22.
Okay.
Y'all were ranked number 2 in the nation, right? In 23, y'all were ranked number 1 in the nation. In 24, y'all were ranked number 2 in the nation. In 25, y'all were ranked number 3 in the nation. In 26, y'all ranked number 3 in the nation. In 27, you are now ranked not even on the damn chart. My thing is, why all of a sudden is there a change? But let me go back. Let's go find another team. Who's one of the top?
Hey, before, hold on, Coach. Let me
Jay,
answer that before you try to do that.
Jay,
let's be real, Coach.
Jay,
the game
Jay,
of college football has changed. The recruiting and all of that, and all of these new laws that y'all had to have just to compete with Bama. Now, come on now.
All right.
If we gonna play the semantic game,
I'm not playing
you got to play both sides, game.
No,
you can't just say, look at this year, look at this year, look at this year. Well, you know that the NIL and all of and the revenue share and all of that stuff that changed the last 2 years, Coach.
Jay,
come on, man.
Let me finish.
Be real about your college football.
I'm trying. If you let me finish. Let me finish, bro. My next question to you is, what would be a program that you would think would be comparable? Georgia, Ohio State, Texas?
Yes.
Which one?
Yes.
Georgia? Okay.
Yeah, let's do Georgia.
All right. In 22, Georgia was number 3. In 23, Georgia was number 2. In 24, since you said let's be honest, in 24, Georgia was number 1. In 25, Georgia was number 1. In 26, Georgia is number 9. In 27, Georgia is currently number 9. My question to you is, that's 27. Yeah, so we caught up. Why is nobody else format changing but your guys? And the only common denominator is the coaching change. Texas A&M is still in the top 5 and 10. Oregon, Texas, Ohio State, Georgia. All of a sudden, you guys have figured out the algorithm to the recruiting to go from within the top 10. And I get what you're saying, but you went from the top 5 to the 50th. What I'm saying is, don't be fanned out. Let's call it a spade here. You know and I know there's something wrong in this particular class that is that big of a drop-off. But because the talking heads have given you a way out to say, well, it's about roster retention. Georgia's trying to retain their rosters. People graduate from Georgia too. People graduate from Texas A&M. People graduate from Miami, Oregon, Notre Dame.
I understand the point you're trying to make.
No, what I'm
but see,
making
you never once brought up the average age of those teams. Georgia team this year is way older than Alabama's team.
I went back.
They have an older team full of guys that are leaving this year. Alabama don't have that.
Sir,
this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. So when you try to make fun of the retention part, it's like, well, we got to keep the guys that we got, right? From those top 2, top 3 classes. You see what I'm saying?
No, because, Jay, what I'm trying to tell you is that's why I went back far enough where somebody's going to have to age out. I didn't go back a year. I went back 5 years because in 5 years, cohorts will now start disappearing. That's why I didn't go back just 2 years. I went back all the way to 22. And you're going to tell me from 22 to 27, none of those programs I just brought up had any graduation. Like in 22, those kids are not even on the team right now. They just fought to get their 5th year of eligibility. That's why I went back to the 22.
You act like there isn't a Nick Saban retiring and there was a mass exodus of 46 players in between that time, Coach. Think about what you're saying, man. I really know my college football when it comes to Bama, Coach. There's a mass. Nick Saban retires, 46 players leave. The board has to come in and fill those slots. He filled them with a bunch of young guys, right? He had a big signing class. Like I don't, and that big signing class is what still there. Xavier Brown and all these guys. So what I'm saying is, they're still there. Yeah, you can go back 5 years, but it's still a mass exodus of players there right in between those 5 years. So
hold on.
Come on, Coach, make it make sense.
I am. What year was Du Bois' first year?
24, 25.
I don't know. You tell me. You're an Alabama fan. I don't know. I'm being honest. I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know its exact. 24. Okay. Let's go with
24. It was the 24-25 season.
You know what's so interesting in the 24-25, in the 24 season? Alabama had 28 commits. Georgia had 30. Okay, hold on. But let's go to the 25 year. Since you said so many people left. Alabama had 21 commits. Georgia had 28. They still bringing in more people.
And Saban left the 23 years. So count how many people left the 23 years and then start over. So we immediately go down 46 players. Like, come on, coach, y'all can't do that, man. Y'all try to spin it to where Bama ain't the best. But you got to understand, baby, y'all will never be there.
Okay, that's fine.
Y'all made it to the championship one time.
What you doing?
Man.
I'm not bringing
a
up
trash
Miami.
program.
I'm not bringing. I haven't brought up Miami yet. I'm strictly. You called in to talk about Alabama. I haven't brought.
No, I called to wonder why it seems like every other fan base has to have Bama in their mouth, knowing
that's not true.
We're still the kings of college football. We made it to the SEC championship. Y'all couldn't get there, losing to Louisville. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't bring up Alabama one time tonight. Not even on the board. What are you talking about?
I just caught that last caller, not the last one, but the one before.
Okay.
And I got a good friend that's a Miami fan. I just really want to call in and talk some ish to Coach Hayes, because I've been watching your highlights of the players you put since you've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like I'm damn near talking to a superstar right now. But
no, it ain't like that. All I'm saying to you, Jay, it ain't like that. I appreciate you though. But what I'm just telling you is, you know, and I know. See, that's the problem here. Now, again, I haven't brought up Miami yet. I'm going to. But you know and I know that there should never, I don't care how many players you brought in, because everybody got the same 105. Hell, it used to only be 80 scholarships. Now you got 105. You're getting 25 more scholarships than you had before. It don't used to, am I right? It was only 80. Am I right or wrong?
You're right, Coach.
Okay, so the NCAA gave you 25 more scholarships that you can put out there. You don't even need walk-ons. So you tell me, so explain to me right now then, how do y'all go from winning the top 5? Because maybe the math ain't mathing to me. Explain to me the logic behind the roster retention in 2027 for Alabama to be currently ranked 42. I just want to understand. Hold on, I'm talking about the quality of player. I don't care about the number. I'm talking about a boatload. Sir, you only have 2 players that have a national ranking. The quarterback, Elijah Haven, and Osmai Gales, who's a wide receiver at 34. Nobody else even has a national ranking. That's unheard of in Alabama standard. You got 12 players that are not even in the top 300. I think you got to be in the top 300 to be nationally ranked. My question to you is, Alabama standard, explain the logic and the math behind why you guys went from last year to being ranked 20. Let me hold on. I'm pulling it up. Give me a second. And then they're a little slow. Might be raining outside. Y'all went from being number 4 overall to being 42 overall. I'm trying to understand the math.
Well, I'm gonna have to keep screaming retention, because look at our 28 class. We already got one of the best 28 classes, proving my point of,
oh my God,
when these guys leave and graduate, then we're gonna have room to have a better team. I mean, to bring in the bigger names and all of that stuff. It's just about money.
And again,
that's what they made the game.
I love it. Thank you, Jay. I loved what you just did. You said, look at our 28 class. Sir,
look,
you have
I mean, it's a numbers game. I explained it to you. We don't have enough people leaving next year to,
Jay.
We don't have enough people leaving.
You know why I love what you just did? Because you said it is a numbers game. When I look at the class of 28, you guys are ranked number 1. But here's the amazing thing.
And we're ranked number 1 in 28 because we're going to have a lot of people leaving, and we can bring in a lot of recruits, right?
Well,
don't that make sense? Don't the number game make sense?
No, because I'm talking about the quality of recruits, though, Jay. That's what you're missing. If you let me talk to you.
The quality of recruits. This year we're filling our roster with Jay, a bunch of
let me talk to you,
what I would like to call 105 players. Maybe they don't get rev share, but these guys are going to be on the team and the travel team a little bit, but they ain't gonna get. They're not signing for 1.5 million. You know what I'm saying? You signing this guy for $10,000 in a scholarship, and maybe he can work his way into that.
I get it. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is y'all love to brag on we the number one in the class of 28. It's clearly because it is a numbers game. You have 5 to 6 more players than anybody else in the class, right? That's first. But the quality of players, not nationally ranked, not nationally ranked, not nationally ranked, not nationally ranked, 133rd, 119th, and 72nd in the class of 28. But when I have to take a look, when I do my due diligence and I go here and then I go take a look at other teams that are in the ranking, let me make sure I do this correctly here, because I love when y'all like to play the numbers when it's in y'all favor. Like you said, you got to be consistent here. And see, the one thing about Coach, I know this game here. When I look at the class of 28, and I say to myself, hold on, I say to myself, Alabama is ranked. Listen, Alabama is ranked number 1. You got a total of 3 4-stars and 4 3-stars. Ohio State is ranked number 2, and they only got 3 recruits. Notre Dame is ranked number 3, and they only got 3 recruits. Penn State is ranked number 3. They only got 3 recruits. Georgia's ranked number 5. They only have 2 recruits. Miami's ranked 6. We only have 2 recruits. You guys 5 more players than us. This is why you're ranked number 1, because we still focused on the class of 27 and the class of 28, which you should be focused on based on your logic. You're not even getting quality players. You got 4 3-stars.
Coach, so a 3-star can't get the old Bama bump?
Oh, of course he can, but when he gonna get it? That Bama
when the recruiting services are done with the 27 class, Coach, you know that.
Hey, when that Bama bump left when Nick Saban left, I just want you to understand that now. You better get it twisted. Don't get it twisted now, Jay. Come on now, Jay. So again, when I'm looking at the quality, not the quantity, not how many players you have, I'm looking at the quality of players. You guys are not even matching up with anybody else. Hell, Florida State is ranked number 10 right now in the nation with 2 3-stars. Do you really think Florida State gonna be in the top 10 next year? Hell, no.
But see, that's Florida State.
I'm just telling you.
That's been a failing program.
Bro, I'm looking at Ohio State right now. Ohio State has, based on the 247 composite, in a class of 28, they got 2 5-stars already and 1 4-star. Notre Dame has 1 5-star. Georgia has a 5-star in the class of 28 already. Y'all got 7 players, and y'all ain't even in the same stratosphere. But because it goes to the quality point, the amount of points you have, that's why you're ranked higher. I like how you try to do that, Jay. Oh, you're pretty smart, Jay. You stop it right now, Jay. I like how you did that. See, the other podcasts you be on, they ain't as thorough as Coach Hayes is, boy. Hey, I get on your head, Jay. I like what you did, though. But Jay, you know and I know.
I can dig it, Coach, but
you know I know, Jay.
I ain't no fan of Miami. I'm probably one of y'all biggest haters, to be honest with you. Because I don't understand the hype.
That's fine. Listen, I understand.
And I love the show, Coach. So I had to call in. I had a little free time.
Now,
I'm going to get Coach Hayes because Buddy said something about Bama.
Hold up. Let me do this. Let me get fanned out right quick. Let me see if I can do it. Watch this. Now let's talk about Miami. Matter of fact, let me move this fantasy league thing out of the way. And Alakazam, change my lights in the back. Now we got orange and green on. Now, let's talk Miami. You want to talk recruiting, getting some of the top players? Y'all ain't getting them no more. I've already bust Kangaroo Jack or Kangaroo Black. I know you saw that. He don't want that smoke. Yeah. Listen, none of them.
Hey,
much love to them guys. Hold on. Much love to them guys.
The thing y'all did right was shut down the state of Florida.
Exactly.
That's what y'all did right.
I know. Much love to Kangaroo Black, much love to Piano Man and all the rest of them cats. But they know, and I know, and you do too, Jay. You know that the guards have changed to Alabama. And I told you, doesn't mean Kalen DeBoer is a bad coach. You know and I know he's not the right fit for Alabama. The same way Rich Rod was not the right fit for Michigan. The same way Brian Kelly was not the right fit for LSU. You know that, and I know that.
I can't say that, Coach.
Okay.
Maybe after this year, because see, I am a fan that's been on the fence about Kalen DeBoer. I can admit that because a lot of things that he do just don't fit the Bama way. You know what I'm saying? This is a run first program.
That's
you know what I mean? The fact that you even come in here passing the ball as much as you is and using and then the ranking that we had of 129th last year rushing, see all of that, his job should have been on the line this year. But see, they got scared of the whole Michigan talk. He got a good agent. Jimmy Sexton is his agent. That's Nick Saban's old agent. And if you look at the trajectory of things, Nick Saban pretty much got him a raise or whatever every 2 years. And see, that's right on par with DeBoer right now. You know what I'm saying? This is going into his third year. They gave him a raise. Jimmy Sexton went in there, scared the people, said, "Oh, Michigan calling my guy." They calling my guy. And shit, they gave my man a raise because they were scared. See, I know it all, Coach. I'm real Bama.
I hear you, but that's the problem. Y'all should have told him go to Michigan because he could have tore that program up. He don't fit Michigan either. See, that's the problem, though. That's why I say I like Ohio State. You ain't gonna scare them. Bye, hit it. If you want to dip. Because here's what I'm gonna tell you, Jay. Here's what I'm gonna tell you straight up. You know it, and I know it. The DNA of a coach does not change, Jay. He's going to continue to throw that ball and do what he does because that's how he got successful at Washington. That's how he got successful when he was at the G5s. That's what made him who he is as Kalen DeBoer. You know it and I know it. And the longer y'all keep it, the more I think it's going to decline because it's not the Bama way. And this class is showing that right now. Y'all can come up with this line in your mind about player retention. F player retention. I'm getting the best players, and guess what? If you can't go, I'm gonna put it the young ones that can't fit in the transfer portal. I love the way y'all use that player retention. Everybody you get ain't gonna make it. Words to Trick Daddy, home of the 305 said. Let's face it, everybody ain't gonna make it, Jay. So guess what? You gonna skip over the class of 27 top players because you so loyal to the class of 26 players? Hell nah. Ask Nick Saban to do that. He never did it. Come on, man. It sounds like you helping Kalen DeBoer pack his stuff and put it in a U-Haul right now. That's what it sounds like in the background.
I work overnight. So I slicked it on the phone in this warehouse, man.
But it sounds like you had in the back of that U-Haul packing up Kalen DeBoer's stuff. Jay, I love you, man. I appreciate you. I thank you, man. But I gotta
Coach Hayes, I love you, man. I appreciate this. I'm gonna clip it and send it to my boys in Miami right now.
And let them know.
I got to talk to Slack with the coach, man. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, clip all of it. You got right to take all of it. Even when I change the lights in the background. Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. He told me he working in the warehouse. Nah, that boy in there packing up the back of that U-Haul right now. They know what time it is. And see, I wasn't even talking about Alabama. He called in. This is what I be loving. I don't be focused on them people. Only reason I went at Kangaroo and because they messed with my dog E. Brown. So I had to, you know what I'm saying? Had to do my thing. And it was over. And they keep calling in. But see, I love them come with these talking points. Well, coach, we got to player retention. They let some cornball bring that foolishness up on some other podcast, and then they ran with it because it sounded good. Come on, dog. You can't put a magic trick on David Copperfield. Show me the logic of going in the top 5. I went all the way back to 2022. 5 years. Show me the logic of dropping off so bad in recruiting. What's the logic? Oh, player retention. No, the name of the game is stockpile as many as you can get, and them other dudes, they got to go. All these other programs, I went back. He said Georgia, fine. Georgia's still in there. Come on, man. Y'all, listen. I was born at night, not last night. I'm just telling you. People don't understand. And you know what I love about every Bama fan? They all ended off with, yeah, I mean, I did have some questions about Kalen DeBoer. You know, he throw the ball a lot. That's why I talk about fit. Again, I don't think Kalen DeBoer is a bad coach. I just don't think it's the right fit. I don't think Brian Kelly's a bad coach. He's not a great coach, but he's not a bad coach. It just wasn't the right fit. He wouldn't be as successful as he was at Notre Dame if he was a bad coach. Just not the right fit, unfortunately. That's life. But sometimes people get so fanned out. And they know it because of what they say. Yeah, coach, we was ranked 120. When the hell Alabama ever been ranked 129th in anything? With all that talent, think about that. All that talent you have, you in the hundreds, bro? In the hundreds? In any category. Oh, I know why y'all were yard retention. Y'all were trying to retain the lack of yards in the game. Come on, man. Let me go back. Let me fix my lights back so I keep my show integrity. Let me go back to my light. Turn the thing back red. I'm telling you, man, people say anything, they be too fanned out. I'm not fanned out. You notice, even when I talked to my brother, shout out to Jay, I didn't want to talk I just want to talk about it. He kept wanting to bring Miami into it. I don't get emotional about it, dog. I'm the wrong person to call. You better call one of them other dudes. Or come over here. He Alabama fan. I may be wrong, and that's okay. I stand up. And I don't think Alabama's going to be bad. They're not going to be a 4-8 team. That's not what I'm saying. It's just not the right fit. Not. Luke Fickell wasn't the right fit. He had to go. Bye. We've seen great coaches, just not the right fit. Dan Mullen, he did have some pretty good teams at Mississippi State. Wasn't the right fit for Florida. How are you more successful at Mississippi State in the SEC than you are at Florida SEC? Like, think about it. How? Not the right fit. Mike Norvell right now is not the right fit. Florida State. I don't know what to tell people. Anyway, I said I'm going to be here 2 hours, 2.5 already. God almighty. Anyway. Yeah, I'll give credit to not. I think the Sharon Moore issue is a little different though, A.O. Ken. Like, I think they use Sharon Moore for the I'm not sure they knew how the sanctions were going to go. So he was like a buffer. But I think Kyle Whittingham is a better fit at Michigan for the kind of offense he runs when he was at Utah. He was a better fit. I implore anybody at Alabama to show me, any Alabama fan to show me where you ever ran for 13 yards in an Alabama football game. 13 yards by the running backs. 13 yards in 4 quarters. Where any name an SEC team that done ran for 13 yards. An SEC team. And if you telling me, Jay just told me, I didn't even know this, 129th in rushing, that's including the G5 programs. It's what, 133 teams? You 129, bro? Bro, you let Colorado outrun you? Man, bye. Hey, when Colorado outran Alabama, you know it's a problem. With that being said, man, much love to everybody on the show. I thank you, man. Muhammad in the building with the 199 sticker. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Everybody that called in, much love. We'll be back mañana. And we're going to have a good time with it, man. I had to cancel my own show after that. I'm sorry. Colorado had more rushing yards than y'all. Man, please. Man, please. Anyway, with that being said, we out of here, man. Much love to everybody. Thank y'all so much for coming through, hanging with us. And we about to hit it, man. We out of here. Peace. Man, I tried to have a peaceful night. And you got dang Alabama dude called in here and set my nerves off, boy. Where my cane juice at? Matter of fact, slap that fool, man. Peace. Y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button, notification bell.